Oh, well, hold on. It's gonna be me on Monday, bro. It's gonna be me on Monday at the link.
Sauced
at Xfinity Live, the 4th and John tailgate. I'm gonna be sauced. It's gonna be the best experience of my life. I'm so freaking excited to go to this game. I've been excited for months, but now that it's like about to be here, oh man, I'm so excited.
As you should.
If y'all are gonna be there, I'm gonna be looking just like this. I mean, I'm gonna have like longer sleeves on and like stuff underneath of my jersey because it's gonna be cold. But this is how I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be out there like this. So we're gonna be out there.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, y'all? It's another day on the Day One podcast. I'm your co-host Anthony. Name in the bubble. I got my co-host Kyle.
What up, gang?
What up, Gango? It's a fantastic day. Like I said, the excitement is next level. This is going to be fantastic. The game is at 8:15. I'm leaving the crib at 11 a.m. noon to head down there. Oh, I'm also trying to beat traffic, but
yeah,
I'm leaving that early. And I ain't gonna be back here till probably 2-3 in the morning based on that traffic. But yeah, man, I'm so excited. We're gonna talk about the preview to that game and all of our, all the other games for Week 10. We got some round table news in the NFL. Stuff has been going on. NBA stuff's been going on. We're also gonna talk a little bit of fightings. Yeah.
And some hoops.
Huh?
A little bit of hoops.
Little hoops.
Little
ball.
Mm-hmm.
And a little more ball.
Yes, sir.
All right. And we're also going to get into later our playoff predictions, our way too early playoff predictions, and our pretenders and contenders.
Yes.
For the teams. So it'll be a big fun episode. Let's get into this. Where do you want to start?
Let's go to the fightings.
All right. I knew you wanted to get this out of the way.
Yeah. It's not I want to get out of the way. Got to show my love, but
Yep. Now it's off season. Fighting's got to retool to make another run at the world. You know this better than I do, but there's a couple. They're looking at a couple guys, aren't they?
Yeah. So in this offseason, here's my whole thing with what the Phillies have to do. They're not going to be as good in the postseason next year with the same team. It was as touted as they are and how good the bats are. It was a Cinderella run. You know what I mean? There's a chance it could be a one and done. Like there's a chance they miss the playoffs next year, especially that they have 2 100-win teams in their own division, the Mets and the Rays. So with that being said, there's some rumblings about possibly the Phillies picking up a shortstop. And as anybody that's an MLB fan knows that there's 4 big names on the board right now. Trey Turner, Xander Bogaerts, Dansby Swanson, and Carlos Correa.
Yeah.
So in theory, looking at that, you'll have Bryson Stott move to second base with Gene Segura declining his option. I don't know if you saw that.
I saw that. Yeah, I was literally about to tell you. I know they got
Thank you, Gene.
Segura's out the building.
Yeah, bro. Thank you for your defense over the past few years. Your bat sucked, but everything else, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Won a Gold Glove with the Phillies. Yeah. But no, I think stop moving to second base is probably the best option for them. You know what I mean? We saw a lot in the playoffs how he struggled to throw the ball across the diamond. You know what I mean? 2 skip, 1 skip in the dirt. Like, we can't have that out of our second baseman, especially since Alec Boehm isn't the greatest. The left side of our infield, we got to at least have one guy over there that can get it done. And if that's the direction we want to go defensively, I think we should go after Dansby Swanson. Currently the shortstop for the Braves. My biggest issue with that is he going to go to a different team in the same division that just beat him in the playoffs? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, this ain't like a KD type scenario where you lose in the playoffs and you move over, but like,
yeah.
It's tough because you don't see that a lot in the MLB. You don't see a lot of guys move throughout the same division. Sometimes they'll come back, but they don't usually sign in the same place. So I think he might be off the board. But if we move off, which we have, if we don't bring back Gene Segura on a new deal, and we let some of the bullpen arms on bigger deals like a Zach Eflin and things like that, if we let them walk or move them, we have enough money to go after Trey Turner, who's the best shortstop in baseball. Talking about a guy who hits for average, a 300-plus guy every year, leads the league in triples, steals every year, and he's always in contention for Gold Glove.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be let's do the math, 7 years, $330 million. Probably like a $35 million a year guy. Which is a lot. That's a lot of money, especially with what we have tied up in Bryce. But I mean, if we're willing to build and keep this thing rolling, we need another piece. We need another starter. We need bullpen, and we need a shortstop, an infielder.
Yeah, I think that was evident in this series.
Mm-hmm.
They're definitely lacking.
Yep.
Lacking there. Then, I mean,
Bryce is going to get healthy this offseason, so he'll be back in right field, and Castellanos will go back to designated hitter. He had a good postseason defending, but everybody knows Castellanos is the worst single defender in baseball.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrible. So that'll make our outfield better. I loved the Brandon Marsh move in midseason last year. He's played amazing. He's got side-to-side speed like a linebacker. So, like, anything that Bryce and Kyle Schwarber fuck up, Brandon Marsh can cover a lot of that mistakes.
Yeah.
And I think if we bring in Trey Turner, we have a chance to be a top 5 offense and a top 5 defense. And the Phillies haven't had that since 2006.
Mm-hmm.
Not even a year we won a World Series where we top 5 in both.
Yeah.
So,
it's something to keep your eye on. It's
just
crazy.
A little tidbit there. I think we need to look at, if we don't get a big time shortstop, I'm okay with running it back, but we need an upgrade at starting pitcher too. We need a better pitcher. Thor, for some reason, cannot go more than 4 innings. You know who Thor is? Come on, dude. You know who Thor is?
Thor?
Starting pitcher for the Phillies. Goes by Thor. I'll give you a hint. He looks like Thor.
Was he like... I feel like I know this.
You do know this.
I should know this.
Because if you saw his face, you'd know. Noah Syndergaard.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah. But if I like the idea of still having him, but like he's expiring and he's probably still going to want a lot of money. So I'd rather get an upgrade at the same price. And we brought some bullpen help back with team options and things of that nature. But
I really liked watching Ranger Suarez.
Yeah, Ranger Suarez he was really good. He's not
really good.
During a regular season, he wasn't great, but who gives a shit if he's going to do what he did in the playoffs?
Right.
That's how I look at it.
As long as he's able to do it in the playoffs, which he was going off in the playoffs. I mean, when I think of Ranger Suarez, I think of the one pitch he threw. The guy hit it, bounced up, and he caught it like with the glove.
Yeah.
And then he just like casually like whoop-de-doo like fucking around and threw it up in the air in this hand just to first base. Like in the World Series, like who the fuck does that, bro? That's
Yeah.
that's like Jalen Hurts doing something like that in the Super Bowl.
For sure. For sure. I like Ranger Suarez, and I think if we have him as our fourth rotational piece, if we can get an upgrade over Thor, we have one of the best one of the best pitching rotations in baseball.
Yeah.
With Nola coming back and Wheeler. So yeah, just a little something to keep an eye on if you're a Phillies fan out there. I'm gonna do some more research and get into more free agents and things with baseball, look into other teams because like I've been out of the rut for a little while. But
yeah. I haven't been in it at all.
Yeah.
So
look, free agency opens in a couple days. So
yeah.
We'll do it. Maybe we'll do a little bit of a reaction segment where we look at some free agents and things of that nature. I'll bring in some stats and I'll educate everybody and I'll educate you a little bit, bro, since you're out of baseball a little bit more.
Yeah. Get me in there.
Yes, sir.
All right. What do you want to move on to next? NBA stuff? Hoops?
Probably.
Yeah, let's talk hoops. So I mean, yeah, I mean these games interesting to say the least. I mean the Lakers have been struggling. They only have 2 wins.
2 and 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And now reports come out that apparently the Lakers VIPs aren't aligned how to maximize LeBron, so there's turmoil for sure.
Yeah.
And not only that, but the whole Russell Westbrook thing. I mean, now that he has the 6-man role and he's kind of coming into his own in that. I mean, it's just he's not a 6th man though. He is not. But it's just the way that they use him.
Yeah, I mean, this is him coming off the bench has been the best stretch that he's played with the Lakers so far.
Yeah.
Not just this year, last year too. Like he's shooting the ball better. I don't know if it's because like he's got the mindset of being a number 1 guy again because he's with the second unit a majority of the time. But I don't know, dude. Like this NBA season's a lot like the NFL, dude. This year, like this year in sports to me has been wacky as fuck.
Like Utah is the number 1 team in the West.
They're supposed to have the 1 pick right now. They're supposed to be the worst team.
Yeah, they're supposed to be leading the Victor Wembanyama sweepstakes.
Yeah, dude.
The tank stakes.
Yeah. Right now, notable teams that are not even in the top 10 seeds right now. Golden State is 4-7. The Lakers are 2-9, and Brooklyn's 5-7, and the Heat are 4-7. Like you've got, and real quick, shout out to the Bucks are 10-1 without Chris Middleton. That is unbelievable. They are dominating offensively, defensively. Giannis might just win his 3rd MVP this year.
Yeah,
like. When you think this guy can't get better, now he's shooting 38% from 3. 38%. It's 2% above league average. That is wild to me. Like, and when I say that this season's really weird, it's just like I don't know what to think of teams like Seattle or the Jets in the NFL or your Utah in the NBA. It's like, are these good teams or what's the story here? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just a matter of their schedule or
I don't know. Like looking at Utah's schedule. It's been kind of easy, but kind of not. They have two wins over Memphis. They have a win over Denver, over Minnesota, New Orleans, 2 wins against the Lakers, a win over Atlanta, the Clippers. The only losses they have are 1 against Dallas and 1 against Denver. The other losses against Houston, but whatever. That was on a back-to-back. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they are a team, and their next stretch gets kind of easier. They play Washington. They play Philly without Harden. They play New York. They play Phoenix, which is probably a loss. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to think about sports this year, dude. I have no idea how to analyze shit that's going on because it makes no sense. No
Yeah,
sense.
it really defies all logic.
Geno Smith is a top 5 MVP candidate, and the Utah Jazz have the number 1 seed.
I'm like, what the hell?
Lauri Markkanen might be an All NBA player this year.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, but like getting into the Lakers, I want to dive into that a little bit. Do you think LeBron James is declining?
A little bit.
You think so?
I think so, but at the same time, they haven't done him justice with putting like the pieces around him in order to get the most out of LeBron.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he's there. To me, it looks like they're banking on him having another 2018-esque run with carrying a literally a bunch of guys off of the street to the NBA Finals. I mean, he is not probably not gonna do that.
No.
Especially in the West.
No. This is so far this year. This is his worst field goal percentage since his rookie year. His worst 3-point percentage of his career. It's the lowest points he's averaged since his rookie year, and the lowest assisting numbers in 10 years.
Yeah.
And I was shout out to Jason Timp from Hoops Tonight on The Volume. I don't know if you ever watched his show. I love watching him break down basketball. I do it. I watch it every day. But he brought up that there's something going on with LeBron's foot. And he mentioned how, like, because he had the same injury in college. Jason Timp played college ball. And he said the longer you go with it, you have a higher chance of tearing your Achilles. Whatever the injury was, I forget. I'd fact check it, but I don't know where I'd find it. That's something maybe, but like, even if you're getting the best of LeBron, I don't know if this team's good enough to do anything. They should have pulled the trigger on Miles Turner and Buddy Hield. You know what I mean?
They should have. I mean, they had Buddy Hield in the bag for Kyle Kuzma to begin with, and then they turned around and traded for Russell Westbrook. They should have just took that as it was. I mean, they were getting some good guys to throw around LeBron.
Yeah, and what doesn't make sense is they were able to do that before. Like they should have done that because they didn't need another star because they just won a championship with 2 stars.
Yeah.
So like
retool the guys that you have around them.
Yeah.
And
typically what you want out of your stars is 50 points, 12 rebounds, 12 assists a game. And LeBron and AD were giving you that.
Yeah.
You didn't need Russ. And that's why I feel so bad about Russ is because it's like he's not even getting a chance either. You know what I mean? Like Russ is a lot like LeBron in a point guard role. Attack the paint, drive and kick.
Yeah.
And you just can't do that, especially when AD is, for some reason, can't shoot a 3-ball anymore.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I mean, you got you have no spacing.
Nothing. No. And Lonnie Walker's been good for them. Troy Brown's been good for them. That's why they got bumped into the starting role. But they're not considered good shooters. So.
No.
But there's rumors of AD potentially getting traded.
I've heard that, yeah.
I'll never believe it just because when are the Lakers ever going to do anything like in the LeBron era other than getting Anthony Davis? Like that is good for the team. Like trading for Russ was bad for the team. Trading away Kuzma was bad for the team. A lot of people thought Kuzma was ass. No, dude. You can't expect the guy to average 20 and 14 when he's playing with LeBron and AD. What he was doing was fine.
Yeah, he was playing the role.
Playing the role
of, 3D.
Yeah, he was doing that. So like,
yeah. I mean, now you look at him in Washington and he's going ham.
KCP in Denver is having a stellar year with them. And then who else? Who else was there? Caruso.
Yeah,
Taylor Caruso hasn't been great, but either way. Yeah, Talon Horton-Tucker. I don't even think he's getting minutes in Portland.
He's in Utah, isn't he?
Is he?
He's in Utah.
Oh, either way. Okay. Whatever. He's on a team that shouldn't be 10-3, but they are. Talon Horton-Tucker plays winning basketball.
Yeah. For once, I call you sleep.
Yeah, you caught me sleep. Whatever. There's been so much shit that the Lakers have done. But yeah,
it's just crazy. I mean, I got a question for you. Which front office has been more incompetent, I guess I could say, in terms of handling LeBron's supporting cast? The Cavs from 2017 on. I mean, even though it was only like another 2 years, or the Lakers after their championship.
The Cavs. I mean, the worst one, Lakers.
Yeah,
Lakers. Because the Cavs didn't make the team worse, like the Lakers did. Yeah. The Lakers made the team worse.
I mean, at the same time, you had a lot of the 2016 core.
Yeah.
Go after 2017. I mean, still had like the kind of main core group of guys, but you sent like Shumpert out. Korver was gone. 18.
Yeah, he went to Milwaukee. But either way, like when you look at that, at least they were trying to put a competent team around.
Yeah, they literally shipped off the entire team.
Yeah, because they were losing, and they made it to the finals.
Yeah,
this team doesn't have a chance.
Granted, it's in the East, but yeah,
the East.
I would probably have to agree.
But
I guess it's kind of different just because like they were in the East in 17-18 and they're in the West this time. But I mean, like as far as like scheme fit for LeBron, I mean, I don't know, having 3 ball dominant guys that don't really stretch the floor doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't. I mean, AD is fine. If you have just LeBron and AD, it's fine. You know, there's a trade that I've been like tinkering around in my mind, but because I'm a Warriors fan, I don't want to see it. Russ for Clay.
That would be
terrible.
Yeah.
It would make no sense.
Not going to happen.
It would make no sense for the Warriors. It would make all the sense in the world for the Lakers because like Klay Thompson is exactly what the Lakers need.
Yeah. They would have to get him in free agency.
Probably. But again, he's signed for another year, I think so.
Yeah.
And who knows if LeBron doesn't get this leg healthy, he may like that's the thing. Like, even if he gets healthy, they're already probably too far out. You know what I mean? Yeah. You can't start 2-9 and you can maybe make the play-in game, but then you have to ask LeBron to will you to 2 wins.
Yeah. Although if you kind of get Russell Westbrook to kind of turn back the clock to 2017, you maybe could like hold the fort down until LeBron gets completely healthy. Like, cause I think if you give Russ the keys to the offense, like let's just say LeBron's out, so it's going to be, I don't know, Russ at point and Lonnie Walker. I don't even know. I mean, you'll have AD out there and
Thomas Bryant. You'll have guys like Austin Reeves who've been shooting the ball well. Yeah, Matt Ryan.
But like, I mean, you know what? Honestly, with Russell, like if he's anything close to what that prime Russ was, that's not bad because you do have a couple shooters around him and AD, who is a dynamic big when healthy.
And you have to think too, like just 2 years ago, Russ averaged a triple-double again with Washington.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been hurt since then. He's been healthy.
Yeah.
So like there isn't really a reason why he should have fallen off. But like the problem with that is your defense takes a major hit if LeBron goes down. LeBron has the worst plus-minus on the Lakers right now, believe it or not. But he has one of the best. If you look at the advanced stats, he's one of the best defenders in basketball this year because they've been buying into the defense. That's the only reason why they have 2 wins.
Right.
But But yeah, dude, I don't know. I feel terrible for LeBron. I knew this was going to happen if they kept Russ. Him breaking Kareem's record this year is going to no one's going to care.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we talked about this a couple pods ago.
Yeah, like what if he breaks it on a Tuesday night in Charlotte and they lose by 10? Like no one's going to care. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's cool anyway.
Like it's kind of like when Devin Booker went for 70 against the Celtics and they lost by 10.
Yeah.
No one ever remembers that. Everyone thinks you hear people always talk about how Devin Booker might be the best shooting guard in basketball, but no one ever refers to that game as to why.
Right.
Because they lost.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Like he'll have the record.
When you think about Devin Booker, you think about the bubble. You think about the quote on the off season about, man, come on, why are we double teaming? Let's work on our games.
Yeah, you think about that and you think about their runs that they've had the past couple of years and how dominant he's been in fourth quarters. He's been arguably the best fourth quarter basketball player the past 2 years.
Yeah, but you don't think about that 70-point game.
You don't, because he lost. So that's my biggest worry with LeBron and the Lakers. Yeah. But real quick, the Warriors. Steph went for 47, 8 and 8 the other night.
Insane. Absolute unit.
Ridiculous.
And they only won by 3.
They only won by 3. They needed every single one of those points they needed.
Against the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah. Their defense has been ass. Let's have a little fun. Okay. I'm going to go and give you trade ideas.
Okay.
For the Warriors to improve their bench. And you tell me if it's good for both teams or if it's not going to be. So let me
good
pull
for
up
both teams or just for one or not?
For both teams, one, not whatever you think.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Wiseman and Kuminga for Miles Turner. So you think about Indiana, their youth movement that they're trying to push.
It could.
Tyrese Halliburton, Benedict Mathurin. They don't really have a 4 out there that's super young. Right. Kuminga would slide right into the sliding role.
The only thing that I'll say with Miles Turner, and I don't know this honestly off the top of my head, I'm just assuming here, the salary.
They match.
Okay. All right.
Miles Turner's making
it checks out.
Miles Turner, you have to have if you're trading something, like say the contract is $20 million, you have to be getting back at least 75% of that.
Yeah.
Kuminga
that's what I'm saying.
Kuminga and Wiseman get you at 17.5 mil. Who was 19.
Right. Yeah, and I would say that would probably check out. You probably have to throw in a draft pick as well, because I don't think for what star players have been trading for these days, I mean, you can kind of get a king's ransom. I would think the thing, though. You're giving up 2 players and maybe like a future first or second.
You're giving up an A-list, 2 A-list prospects for Miles Turner. I don't think you need picks. And if they want one, sure, 2029.
A second round pick. That's what I'm saying. They might just want the pick, just,
Yeah.
I think it'd be good. Yeah.
And what that would do for the team is Kuminga has basically been non-existent this year. So you know what I mean? Fuck off.
Fresh start for him.
Yep. Kevon Looney, the defense has been terrible off the bench. You bring Kevon Looney to the bench and he runs with the bench crew.
Yeah. And then you have Steph, Clay, Wiggs, Draymond, and Miles Turner. That's a solid ass 5.
Miles Turner is the second best 3-point shooting big. Just you think about the spacing and how good these guards are with Dre and Kevon Looney on the court packing up the paint, and they're still getting space. Imagine Miles Turner. Like, how do you stop that team?
Yeah, I mean,
and Miles Turner, they haven't had.
He's also a pretty good defender too.
Yeah, they haven't had a shot blocker. To me, rim protection and shot blocking is a little bit different. They haven't had a shot blocker like him on this team with these guys. You know what I mean?
He's better than probably Bogut.
Better than Bogut. Better than Draymond at shot blocking. Like, he erases so many mistakes at the rim. So, that's an idea. Let's see. There was another one I really, really liked that I pieced together. And this would basically bolster your bench. Instead of giving up a whole lot just for a starter. So, James Wiseman, Kuminga, first-round pick for Jakob Poeltl and Keldon Johnson.
Sorry.
You're good. That money puts you at 14 mil from the Spurs, 17 from the Warriors. That gives you a starting big in Jakob Poeltl or Kevon Looney, whoever you prefer. You could base it on matchups.
Yeah.
And then Keldon Johnson as a forward to pair with Jordan Poole off the bench. And if you want to play small, Steph, if Jordan Poole's not having it one night, instead of running the death lineup of Steph, Clay, Poole, Wiggs, Dre, you can run Steph, Clay, Wiggs, Keldon Johnson, Draymond.
Right. Checks out.
Mm-hmm. And the Spurs want to tank, but they're winning.
Right. Makes no sense.
Yeah, and Keldon Johnson, he's up for an extension next year. So you basically be renting him. You get Jakob Poeltl to keep, but you also move off that salary.
Right.
You also move off salary.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Plus, it's still youth. And Keldon Johnson's been in the league for 5 years. He's 23.
Yeah.
So, he's an experienced but young veteran.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But
solid.
Yeah. And I was looking at stats. The Warriors offense, just their starter minutes, they are the best offense in the league by 15 points per possession. And they are the best defense in the NBA by 10 points per possession.
Wow.
Their bench is...
Those are starters.
Yeah, that's their starters. Their bench is the worst in both categories in NBA history. In NBA history. Insane. Worst offense, worst defense.
Yeah. Wow.
And that'll come up a little bit if they keep the same team. Dante DiVincenzo will be better. Jordan Poole will be better. But I don't know about Wiseman and.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting.
Yeah. Those are really the two teams that most people are concerned about, and we just offered solutions for both of them. I think if the Warriors want to win and they want to win now, Steph's not young anymore. He's 35. Steph is 35 years old. You don't look it, but you know what I mean? You never know. 35 years old. So if you want to win now,
he can't do it all himself.
No, and you can't have both having this young core that you want to grow and these pieces you want to win a championship with. Because when you think about last year, they had guys like Otto Porter and Gary Payton who played most of the minutes in playoff basketball. So you weren't really winning the championship with young and old core. The young core wasn't playing as much except for Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
So this year though, they don't really have JaMychal Green is not as good as Otto Porter. Dante DiVincenzo is not as good as Gary Payton. So I think they need to make a move and they need to do it now. If they want to win now, they need to sacrifice their future. They just have to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's all I have to say. A little bit of rant from both those teams.
Yeah, no, that's it's cool. I mean, it's just the whole season's been so fucking wacky.
I think the Warriors are talented enough to get back in the race because they're not out. But I mean, at this rate, maybe they'll make the 6th seed at the way they're playing. Maybe. Yeah,
it's crazy. Definitely. Mm-hmm. All right, you want to get into football?
Yeah, dude. What do we got in the news mill, bro? I'm sleeping on football this week.
Got a couple things. in case you've been living under a rock, the Colts fired head coach Frank Reich. Kind of a little shocker. And then Jim Irsay had a little crazy press conference, and then they ended up hiring former Colts center Jeff Saturday as their interim head coach. Nobody really saw that coming. I didn't really get it. Actually, I caught a couple snippets of his press conference. I mean,
he's pissed.
What are your thoughts?
He's pissed. He's not happy. He's like, people have been like gunning for his neck ever since he got hired.
Jeff Saturday?
Yeah. Like you see in the press conference, like the dude was not happy. Like, you know what I mean? Like everyone was saying like, what are they doing? They already have 2 previous head coaches on the roster. And I don't know how much you dug into it, but Jeff Saturday has never been any kind of coach in the college or NFL level.
No.
Like, I'm all for giving a guy a chance, but like they have guys on their team that have put in the work. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, and we'll see how it goes. Maybe it'll be good because it's like a player's coach type of thing, but
right. And that's what he was saying, like in his press conference, a couple snippets that I had. He's like, I mean, it might work out, it might not work out. I know how to lead men. I've been in this league for 14 years. I've been made the playoffs 12 out of those 14 years. I've been in a Super Bowl. I've seen guys prepare, so I know what it takes to do that.
Here's the thing, though.
Does it?
Your center is not calling plays. You know what I mean?
The thing, well, yes and no, because as a center, you really do have to know everything that's going on the field, almost just as much as the quarterback does.
Mm-hmm.
So, in a sense, yes, but no.
The difference is, my whole thing is, can he go from receiving a playbook to building one and handing it to his players?
Right.
Without that experience. He was a high school coach.
I think he'll probably lean on his coordinators in that regard. I don't think he's going to be calling.
They don't have one. They don't have a coordinator.
They don't?
They fired him earlier in the year. Remember?
Oh my God, dude.
How? They don't have coordinators.
All right. Well,
it's him.
That changes what I was thinking. Okay. I didn't know that. I was
They'll probably bring one in.
Probably.
But like, either way.
I'm asleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
like it's not like they had coordinators there and they could just stick to the same playbook and like, you know what I mean? He could rely on them to call plays, but like, no, it's him, and that's it. They've got their DC, but like, the real problem's been their offense this year. Their defense has been fine, top 10 in the league.
Right.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm always for giving a guy a chance, and I'm for, you know what I mean, empowering people that have played in your organization. But like, it's not even, the guy wasn't even, he wasn't even the like water boy before he moved up to coach. Like, he can lead men, and he can run an offense, but like, you got to think, his quarterback was Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck. How much play calling was he doing? Because it starts at the coach, then it goes to offensive coordinator, then it goes to your quarterback, then it goes to your center. How often does it fall down that ladder to him making play calls?
Right.
So I don't know. Like, if they succeed, it'll be a beautiful story. And from what I hear, the guys in the Colts locker room and the coaches that like probably should have been given this job, they're all like behind Jeff Saturday. They all root for him, but like, I don't know. Part of you, I feel like if it were me, part of me is like, bro, I've been in this organization for 5 years as a, you know what I mean, a linebackers coach. Like, why am I not getting an opportunity?
Yeah. That's definitely the interesting part when it's all said and done.
Yeah. I hope they succeed.
It'll be interesting to
see.
He
succeeds, but
Yeah, I hope so too. I just I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems like a dumpster fire that somebody decided to throw gasoline and all of the United States supply of diesel on just to
Yeah.
make it an even bigger dumpster fire.
Yeah, Jim Irsay is going all feelings with his fucking decisions this year. Like, we lose a game, goes the OC. They're only 2 games out of the division. Like, they're 3-5.
Yeah.
Like, they have a chance. So, like, I don't understand benching Matt Ryan. As bad as he is, he's probably better than Sam Ellinger.
He is better than Sam Ellinger, I will say.
So, like,
it starts with your O-line, and they were not helping him in any capacity.
no. So is that going to change?
So bench the
Because
guy that's like,
Yeah.
and that was the one thing. I mean, we'll talk about it, but watching the New Heights episode with Jalen Hurts, he said one of the things: quarterback will get too much praise and too much blame
yeah.
for whatever happens with the team.
Yeah, like, so their offensive line's been a problem, clearly, and they think the best idea is to go with a lesser quarterback.
Yeah.
It's not going to change how your O-line plays.
Nope.
Sorry to tell you.
If anything, it's going to make it worse.
Yeah, it's going to make it worse. Because it's not like with Matt Ryan there, it's not like he's running up the starter reps in practice. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting for sure.
Yeah.
See how that goes. In other news, 49ers defensive back Jason Verrett tore his Achilles at practice. Achilles, ACL, I forget. One of them. He's out for the year. Big blow there for the 49ers.
It's a big blow, but like, it doesn't really matter. The guy wasn't playing before. He's just going to continue not to play. So,
yeah,
you know what I mean? They're just going to stick to what they've been doing. But yeah, I feel bad for Jason Verrett because like when he's been healthy, he's been top 10 corner, like talent wise. It just sucks to see a guy constantly getting riddled with injuries. Like this Achilles, he probably won't play next year.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he retires.
Yeah.
Truthfully, because he's 32 now, probably. So
yeah, he's up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was.
That's
the
thing with the 49ers. That's the thing with the Niners.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always somebody they're riddled with injuries for some reason.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're able to stay healthy, it'd definitely give the Eagles a run for their money in the NFC. But you got to stay healthy in order to get there. And that's definitely a big part of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of the Eagles, actually, defensive tackle Jordan Davis was in the building today. No walking boot, no casts, no nothing. He's on IR. He's designated to come back after the Tennessee Titans game, I believe. He'll be back for that Giants, Bears, Cowboys stretch. So very promising. It looks like he's on track, if not maybe ahead of track.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of waiting and getting him, back into game shape. And I mean, our run defense needs it.
For sure.
Obviously, we've seen that after Dameon Pierce put a buck whatever on us. I mean, our run defense is sweet without Jordan Davis. I think part of that has to deal with scheme, though. I believe that the Eagles are more geared to like win games and stop teams the way that they've been like coming out and winning games. Like they get a big lead. Now you really can't establish the run. You gotta make up points and play catch up. So you gotta pass, and they're designed to stop that. But when you look at the run defense, it's a little sweet. I ain't gonna front. It's a little sweet.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. The Eagles need to get tested a little bit the rest of the year.
They will. There's plenty of tests. Aaron Jones, Derrick Henry, Saquon, the combination of Justin Fields and David Montgomery.
Yeah.
Zeke and Pollard again. I mean, yeah. I mean, they're definitely gonna have tests there.
Yeah. Yeah. I like more close games too.
I would not.
Well, you wouldn't as a fan, but like
no, but I get it. As
from
as a team,
an analyst perspective, I want to see the decision making of Jalen Hurts down 6 in the fourth quarter. I want to see the play calling from Nick Sirianni because like these games aren't close, and like that shows that the team's damn good and it's the best team in football right now. But like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what happens? What happens if you're down 6 to the Niners in the fourth quarter against that healthy defense?
Right.
So, we'll see.
I just think that just shows you, like you said, why the Eagles are so good. Because I mean, we've seen there's been games where it's been less than one possession, like the Cowboys game. We get up to 20-0 lead, and then they put up 17 unanswered and come back. It's 20-17, and they got to put a drive together in the fourth quarter, and they put a nice methodical 10+ play drive together, eat up a lot of clock, get a touchdown, and that's the game. And I mean, you even saw it in the Texans game. I mean, granted, the Texans are the worst team in football, but they came out and they played hard. When the Eagles needed to score, they I know it's the first drive of the first quarter, 18 plays, and they walked it down, and they got points.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I know. We want to see them do it with their backs against the wall. I think they're capable of it if they're in that situation. Too. But I mean,
I think so too. We don't know.
Yeah. Yet. I mean, they've just been so good that they don't have to do that.
Uh-huh. Yeah. But we know how these playoff games are.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Mm-hmm. But I think that's the Eagles' MO, is to kind of start fast, build a lead.
I think, you know what I think would be great for them if they continue to win big, is if they play one of the lesser teams in the conference in round 1, or like wild card. So not wild card, divisional. So they can because playoff games usually are always close. So that way that would be their test, is winning a close game against a playoff team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or even Dallas this year. Christmas Eve?
Yeah. So. That's definitely going to be one on the schedule.
Yeah.
That you look at as
could
go either way.
We should go out for that game.
Christmas Eve, just come to the crib.
Yeah. We can do that. Live pod at the crib.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. I was thinking about this too. This is so off topic, but I was thinking about this. Bro, if the Eagles are in the Super Bowl, we gotta do live reaction for the Super Bowl. I'm literally you can be wherever. You can come to the crib. You can be at your crib. It don't really matter. But I mean, I'm gonna be at my crib. I was gonna throw some and just vibe with the phone.
Yeah.
It just. Yeah.
I think, and you know, this is something I was thinking about. I don't know if you plan on leaving the area at any point, but if this podcast grows, we're buying a studio.
The stew. Yeah.
We're getting ourselves a place.
Not I don't plan on leaving the PA.
Yeah.
ABE.
Mm-hmm. Get ourselves a studio.
Yeah, not for sure.
Do live pods. That'd be so dope.
That would be dope.
Now we're just projecting. So.
We're projecting.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Philly Mike, if you're watching this, we fellow ABEs, we can do live pods at the stew.
Mm-hmm.
Philly Talk podcast, day 1 podcast collab. That'd be dope.
We need to do that, bro.
Yeah, for sure. But you know what? You know, we do need to do. It's that time.
The pick'ems.
Week 10. We'll go over our picks for this past week. Kind of goose egged the both of us.
Yeah.
We both. Cool. It's cool.
Well, we were slightly below 500. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're an 8th seed. But yeah, we both went 6 and 7. So he didn't gain any more games on me. I'm still leading the way, 47 and 37. And you're 44 and 40. So dude, get better. That's all I got.
Get better.
I am better.
You should have probably pulled me this week, but you didn't.
I am better.
You left money on the table.
I am better.
Hey, rent's due.
Yeah, whatever, bro. Let's not talk about rent before I cry. How's that sound?
Yeah.
All right.
Wow. I'm looking at, I just opened FanDuel. Shout out to FanDuel.
Yeah.
The Super Boost tonight.
What is it?
Connors keep the magic alive. Cordell Patterson, Deontay Foreman to score a touchdown at plus 500. I really like this one, though. DJ Moore and Kyle Pitts to have 25 yards receiving at plus 100.
I don't.
You never know.
Kyle Pitts, bro.
You never know.
Inconsistent.
Hey, what did he do last week? Nothing?
I don't know. I bet you if he did something last week, he ain't done shit the week before. Let's see. Yeah, he's a Falcon. Yeah, that's right. Let's take a look. 2 catches, 27 yards.
It's 25.
On 7 targets.
Oh, Jesus. Good God almighty.
Chargers defense, though.
That is true. That's true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, remember? Oh, shout out to you. You said that it was going to be the Josh Palmer game. Mike Williams, 0 targets on AJ Terrell. Josh Palmer, 8 catches, 106 yards.
I said it. Josh Palmer game.
And I brought up AJ Terrell.
Yeah.
Bro, we're literally...
we called it.
We are hymns.
Hymns.
Mm-hmm. Hymns.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
All right. Let's do this.
All right. Well, our first game of the night, tonight, Thursday Night Football. Atlanta Falcons going into Carolina to take on the Panthers. Now, the last time these two teams met in Atlanta, the crazy PJ Walker Hail Mary, kicker missed the extra point, could have won the game.
Mm-hmm.
Went to OT. Falcons won. Another missed field goal from the Panthers kicker. And yeah, the Falcons won the game.
Yep.
Falcons are 2.5 point road favorites. Who you got? And I will say AJ Terrell is out.
That's fine. Not worried about it. I like Atlanta. I mean, I still think Atlanta sucks.
Yeah.
But, like, Carolina's just that much worse. So, this is a snooze fest, bro. I don't even know if I'm going to watch this game.
I'm probably not going to. I mean, I might tune in for a little bit.
Yeah, if it's close in the fourth quarter, I might jump in, but...
Yeah. Give me Atlanta, plus minus 2.5.
Yeah. No one cares to watch this game, dude.
And not only that, but when you look at which we're going to look at in a little bit after this, when you look at the playoff picture, the Atlanta Falcons are in the race.
Yeah, they are.
So if you're an Atlanta Falcon, I mean, you gotta look at these as like, look, we might not be like the Eagles or the Vikings, but I mean, you look, we're kind of good enough to, be talked about for that last 7th seed.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I mean, any given Sunday.
Yeah.
Any given Sunday.
So yeah, that's that one. It's gonna be two dogs pissing on each other.
Pretty much, dude. 2 babies playing a pillow fight.
2 swords fighting. All right.
No sword fighting. No. Not on this program.
All right. Next game here. Seattle Seahawks, who are, I will say, I want to say they're up 2 games in the NFC West.
They are.
On the 49ers.
Yep.
Go into Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers, who have just gotten a much-needed win against the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
Or, no. Yeah, they played the Falcons, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm asleep. Tampa Bay, 2.5 point favorites at home. Who you got?
I like Tampa to win this game and cover. I am starting to become a believer in Seattle. I'm not a believer in Geno Smith. Never will be. Geno Smith.
Come on, bro. Listen.
Fuck you.
Listen. Guys, he's just a depressed Geno Smith Jets fan.
Listen.
All right.
But no, I think
this is all he could have wished for when they drafted him in 2013. But it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah. It's nothing personal. It's really not. But, But no, I think Tampa Bay did some good things next week, and they're at home.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. Tom Brady's been playing fine. Like, I think I just like them because they're at home, really. But I wouldn't be surprised if Seattle won this game because it's actually not at home.
Yeah.
9:30.
This is the London game.
Is it London or is it Germany?
This is the London game.
Or is this the Germany game?
One of them.
Because I know there's a game in Germany.
Let me take a look. I'll look real quick.
Yeah, I don't think it's this week. Maybe it's this week, and that's the game
Munich.
in Germany.
Yeah,
it's in Germany. Oh, sick, dude. Do me a favor while you're over there. Kill a couple Nazis. But,
hey, we do not talk about that on this program.
Yeah,
we do not talk about political parties on this program. We're strictly sports.
The Nazis are a political party? What are you, 5?
They used to be.
No. Yeah, I guess that's true.
Your boy Ethan. Birds 9-0 this week.
What up, gang?
Say it with me in chat. EAGLES Eagles. Let's go, baby. I cannot wait for this game on Monday. Bro, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be in so many Eagle chants. I'm going to be singing Fly Eagles Fly the whole time. It's going to be a movie for sure.
Good for you, bro. Good for you.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Well, with that piece of information, give me Seattle plus 2.5.
Yeah, I think I still like Tampa Bay, but
yeah, I mean these overseas games have kind of been wacky.
Yeah.
And see, I mean, I really do. I think Tampa Bay. It's so hard because Tampa Bay, I feel like, has found something. After beating the Rams, I mean, it was kind of like another episode of two dogs pissing on each other.
Yep.
But I mean, I'm strictly playing this off of the wild card of these overseas games because there's a neutral field. Seattle, I think on paper is the better team. They've been playing like the better team.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see. I think I'll tune into this game probably before work.
We'll see.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to watch Geno Smith. I don't know if I want to, but yeah, because he sucks.
He does not suck, bro.
Geno Smith sucks.
A sad Jets fan.
Geno Smith sucks, dude.
He's been balling out this year. Look.
Good for him.
Look, they wrote him off. He ain't right back.
Yeah,
since he ain't right back, they leading the NFC West by 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, they're gonna have the 49ers on the outside looking in.
Probably.
I'm glad I could be the ultimate hype man, Ethan.
Yeah, absolute champ.
For sure.
This dude's sitting at Lowe's right now, probably ain't doing jack shit.
Hey,
go grab a pallet.
Call my man out like that.
Go grab a pallet. Down.
You know what he's doing? Dude. He's supporting the cause. That's exactly what he's doing.
Play it in the background. Go. Do me a favor. Sell some doors in my name. Okay, do me a favor.
He's on your head, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I wouldn't take that disrespect.
Oh,
all right, next game here. The Detroit Lions going into Chicago to take on the Bears. This is another team that, is kind of catching steam, the Bears. The Lions coming off of what some would say an upset win over Aaron Rodgers in the Pack.
Uh-huh.
The Bears, 3-point favorites at the field. Who you got in the game? I'll tell you who I got. Give me the Bears.
Yeah, I like Chicago.
I think there's a lot of teams in the NFC that could really put up a fight for. It's going to be so fun. We'll get into it in a little bit. But it's going to be so fun to watch this unfold.
Yeah. And now the Bears are finally like figuring out the offense.
Yeah.
Like they're like, shout out Justin Fields broke the single game rushing record by a quarterback last week.
Right.
Yep.
That's all he can do though, bro.
Yeah.
That's cool, bro. It's cool.
Dude can't fucking dude can't fucking throw the ball, so let's run it. So
yeah. It's working. I respect it. It's cool.
I mean, Justin Fields still sucks, so still sucks.
I cannot believe that there. Look, bro. I cannot believe that there's people in the world that watch football and watch the Chicago Bears and they watch the Philadelphia Eagles and they watch all the other teams in football, and they wanted to say that Justin Fields and Jalen Hurts are in the same tax bracket.
Yeah, that's cap.
Cap. Ain't no way
cap.
Those two men are in the same tax bracket.
No, not a chance. Nope.
It's wild to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool though. I get it. Look, they wrote him off. He ain't right back. And it was so funny when watching that. He said that too. He'd say, "Shout out to Jalen, man." That's so funny. They're talking about Geno Smith and how he took Travis Kelce's job twice.
Yeah.
And they're literally like just about to transition, and that's what Jalen said. He said they ain't right back, or he ain't right back or whatever. He's a man. He's one of us. Jalen is one of us. I love him.
How crazy is that though? Like actually, that Travis Kelce was a quarterback all the way up through college, and now he's one of the greatest tight ends of all time. That's nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't watched that episode of New Heights, just came out, go tune in. It was, I had to watch it twice. It was that good.
I think, I don't know. This might be a hot take, but I think Travis Kelce might be the greatest tight end of all time.
That's a little bit of a hot take.
I mean,
I believe he's definitely in the top 10, maybe in the top 5.
For me, it's Travis, Gronk, Tony.
I'd probably have to say Gronk, Tony before Travis.
Yeah, I think we'll look back at the numbers when Kelsey's done. And
you also have to think there's also guys like Shannon Sharp, Ozzie Newsome.
Yeah, but like they weren't doing shit that. I mean, Shannon Sharp was.
Dwight Clark, Mike Ditka.
Mike Ditka, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ditka.
Kellen Winslow.
Yeah, Kellen Winslow.
Otto Graham.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, look, there's dudes.
Yeah, there is. I just think the consistency of Travis Kelce and the playoff success.
If you're saying like greatest of our generation, okay, that's a debate. I mean, Gronk. I'd probably say Gronk is number one, but I think Travis Kelce has a place in that argument. But when like all time, I don't know about all time, bro. There's so many good tight ends.
I give it a couple years. I think more people will start thinking that way. If Travis Kelce, like next year and the year after that, has another 2 1,000-yard seasons as a tight end. And bro, I pulled up this stat on like one of the first episodes. He's leading the NFL in receiving yards over the from 8 years ago till now.
That's crazy.
And think about all the receivers: Antonio Brown, Julio Jones, like D-Hop, guys that have been. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nah, it's that tight end that used to play quarterback.
In a couple of years, I'd say.
Yeah. It's that quarterback that used to play tight end, or that plays tight end now. Yeah, he's the greatest tight end.
Okay.
It's crazy.
All right, moving on here. Next
game,
game,
pick Chicago.
The yeah.
Okay.
Da Bears. Next game here, the Cleveland Browns, the Brownies, Browntown, going into Miami to take on the Dolphins. Miami is 3.5-point favorites at home. We got.
This is my upset of the week.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I like Cleveland to get one off on Miami. I think Tua gets his first loss as a starter this year. Cleveland's been doing some good things, though they've been losing games. I think the talent that Cleveland has at corner can keep up with those two receivers in Miami. They haven't shown that they can run the ball well. And Nick Chubb's going to pound it down their fucking throat. Pause.
He'd be doing that.
Pause. Sure. But yeah, I think Cleveland gets one off on them. Maybe they don't win and they cover, but I'll talk about something when we get to the Bills game. But yeah, I think Cleveland. I think Cleveland gets over on Miami.
I got the Dolphins minus 3.5. I don't know if Denzel Ward's back. That's the thing. I think Miami's better.
They are. For sure.
And they're at home.
Mm-hmm. Brandon the Elf's had a rough go of it, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Brandon the Elf, dude. Can't have it. Like, you put him on the field, first thing that happens to you is you blow a 13-point lead in a minute and a half.
Yep.
I mean, you just can't have that. Brownie the Elf pissed as fuck out there.
Yep. Go back to what they had before, I guess.
Yeah, the big-ass orange helmet.
Yep.
The team's called the Browns, and they have orange helmets. That's dysfunction at its finest.
The longest drought ever.
Yeah. And it ain't getting better.
You know what's crazy, though?
What?
You know what's crazy, though? The Browns have won more playoff games than the Dallas Cowboys in the last 28 years.
Hmm?
That is just insane, dude.
Yeah.
But
hey, anyway. This is something to think about, too. If Cleveland wins this game, Deshaun Watson's back next week.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's coming back soon.
They can make we'll have to break some of that down a little bit, our expectations once we get to that game. Yeah. But Cleveland could make a run in the AFC. Because I don't think their record is terrible.
Right.
If they won this week, they'd be 4-5. That would be just behind Cincy. So, I mean, they got a chance. If Deshaun Watson shows that he's still the same guy, after the sexual intercourse he was having with all the massage therapists, that's unproven.
Sexual intercourse.
Yes. But yeah. I think the Browns could get one off, and it could spark something for them to really make a run at this thing. I don't think they're out completely. So,
yeah. I see the vision.
Yep. I think that's what their mindset is. We win this week, we have a chance.
Yep. It's gonna be tough though, because Miami's a good team.
Yeah.
But yeah,
third best division in the AFC. Third best team in the AFC East, bro.
Yeah.
Third best team.
That is insane. But anyway, moving on. The Denver Broncos. We know how we feel about that team. Going into Tennessee to take on the Titans. Titans are 2.5-point favorites at home. What you got?
Tennessee. Next question.
Yep, Tennessee. Next question. Next game. Minnesota going into Buffalo to take on the Bills.
You know what? No. Fuck you, Russell Wilson.
Huh?
Fuck you, Russell Wilson.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you were going to change it. I'm like, no, bro. What you talking about?
Fuck you, Russell Wilson. You suck.
Let's not ride.
Let's not do that. Fuck you, Russell Wilson. All right, next game.
Minnesota going into Buffalo to take on the Bills. The Vikings are 3.5-point dogs on the road. Buffalo in the air if they're going to have Josh Allen or not. Two good teams.
This is my favorite game of the week.
Possible Super Bowl matchup. I'm not one to say that. But nonetheless, who you got?
I like Minnesota because it's not a primetime game. And we're obviously doing this before the line shift if Josh Allen doesn't play.
Yeah.
But I think with Josh Allen, this team's good enough to compete with them. Like, people aren't really talking about the Vikings because of their quarterback, but like, when you really look at the numbers, Kirk's been good, dude. He's been really good.
That's the thing with Kirk. That's the thing with him. He puts up good numbers in the regular season, but whether it's prime time, whether it's the postseason,
he's gotten them to an NFC Championship game.
Who?
Then isn't the year when Stephon Diggs made that catch over the Saints? They were in the NFC Championship game.
No, Case Keenum was their quarterback.
Was it Case Keenum?
Case Keenum was their quarterback, bro.
Case Keenum
Sam Bradford was their starter in 2017. He got hurt. Case Keenum came in, and he took them in the NFC Championship game.
That's a long time ago.
It was almost 5 years ago. Kirk Cousins was on the freaking the Redskins, who are
hey, Washington football team.
The Washington football team.
I'm gonna call them that from now on because I think that's iconic.
I don't give a shit about Commanders, condoms, commodes. Eagles by 15.5. I'm not just playing. But yeah, no, he was the quarterback of the Commanders that year.
That's a long time ago. That's crazy. 5 years ago, bro.
Yep.
But still, I think this is the year with the talent that they have. This could be a big year for them. It really could be. I could see them in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
Where they're going to get throttled by either the Eagles or the Niners.
They're going to get throttled by the Eagles. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. We saw this. They saw it on week 2. We're going to see the same episode if they meet in the playoffs. We saw it in 2017. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
Give me. Oh man, this is tough because, God forbid, Josh Allen does not play. I like the Bills if Josh Allen. I'll put it to you this way: I like the Bills to win and cover if Josh Allen plays. If he doesn't play, you're going to have Case Keenum as your starting quarterback going up against his former team, with Stephon Diggs also going up against his former team.
I feel like you're convincing yourself that you like Buffalo either way.
Yeah. Give me Buffalo -3.5.
I like it.
I think Minnesota's due for a loss.
Yeah.
Not only that, but I mean, when you look at the dynamics like that, I think it just
Let me tell you something though. And this is what I mentioned during the Miami game. This isn't the reason why I picked Minnesota and Cleveland. I just like the matchups, but if both those teams lose this week, the Jets have technically a 2-game lead over both those teams in the division.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because we beat Miami and we beat Buffalo. We'd be 1 game in the standings. If we're tied, we get the tiebreaker. So we're really 2 games ahead of both of them.
That is wild. Guys.
Let's go, Johnny. Let's go get some ice cream.
Yeah, bro. Hey, Johnny, look, I'll take you out to ice cream, bro. I ain't even a Jets fan.
We're going to get ice cream, Johnny.
Look, if Johnny was an Eagles fan, he would not have an off week for ice cream. Ice cream every Sunday, every Monday.
How cool is that, though? That, like, you see the players getting in with it. Like, after every win, they're up on a camera being like, come on, Johnny, get your daddy to go take you get ice cream.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Very
that's so
inspirational.
Dope. Yeah.
Gotta love it. Hey, sports.
We love Johnny. Johnny, number 2 Jets fan.
Gotta love sports. Gotta love sports, bro. All right. Hold on, wait. Okay. How's that look? All right, solid. Next game on the schedule, the Houston Texans going into New York to take on the Giants. Giants are 5.5-point favorites at home. Who you got?
I like the Giants to cover.
I do as well.
It's kind of a bigger spread, and I don't think Houston is as bad as their record suggests.
I don't think so either. I don't think it's as big of because I think this game is going to be like a 7 to 10 point game. looking at it.
Yeah.
So I think 5.5 is completely doable.
Yeah, and I think
I'll be shocked if it's closer.
Yeah, and the Giants are off a bye too.
Yeah.
I like that. Like I first saw this line, I was like, Houston probably keeps it close. But then when you think about how the Giants have been winning, plus they're off a bye, and that coach has them playing football.
Right. They're coming off of a bad loss in Seattle.
Yeah, I think
they want to get back to winning football. Like
this is the game where they put on tape and like people start considering them as a like real playoff team. You know what I mean? This is the game where like if Daniel Jones were to show up, this would be the game.
Right. So, I mean, I would hope so, playing against the worst team in football, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. Give me the G-men. -5.5.
Shout out to you, bro. Putting your bias aside.
Right. Look, hey, it's all about making money, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's cool though. I get it. Hey, I mean, look, I had that one $600 payday thanks to the Dallas Cowboys. Put my bias aside, swallowed my pride, and took Cowboys money line and just won me some money.
Yes, sir.
Never doing it again, though. I promise you that. But that night was that was dope. That was dope. All right. Next game here. The Jacksonville Jaguars going into Arrowhead to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. 9.5-point line for the Arrowhead Invitational.
It's looking like it this year. It is looking like it.
Give me KC.
Yeah, that's a good pick. You know what I mean? I don't think you can go wrong with that pick. You look at Jacksonville, I think they're better than what their record suggests. Trevor Lawrence has been playing well ever since that 5-fumble game against the Eagles. He's been a lot better. Yeah. We're not turning the ball over. Travis Etienne is growing into his own. That's a running back out there. Yeah. So I really like what Jacksonville's doing. With that being said, give me KC. -9.5. You know what I mean?
Bro, I love it. I love
the Arrowhead Invitational.
Hey, man, look, they're doing great things. Trevor Lawrence is playing good. Travis Etienne. I mean, look, they just got Calvin Ridley for next year. Christian Kirk, the defense with the what's his face off of Georgia, Trayvon Walker.
Josh Allen on the other side.
Josh Allen, yeah. With that being said, give me KC.
Yeah, it ain't that hard. Yeah. It's not that hard for me. I might take the over on this game too, 50.5.
Yeah, could be. Next game here. The New Orleans Saints going into Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Steelers are 1.5-point dogs at home.
I think I'm going to double dip. I like Pitt to cover and win.
I do as well.
They're at home. It's Mike Tomlin. Like I've been wrong on the Steelers, like picking them with, you know what I mean, using the whole Mike Tomlin philosophy, but like the New Orleans isn't that much better of a team than them.
No.
And I think TJ Watt, I don't think he's back yet, but he's getting healthy. William Jackson's first game is going to be this week. They just activated somebody. I forget what they did, but no, their defense got better. It's going to be better this week.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that for the same reasons I'm taking Pittsburgh. And not to mention, I'm going to let my bias show here. Look, the more shittier the Saints do, the more losses they get, the better it is for me. Because guess what? I have their first round pick. Right now it's number 6.
Yep.
So look, just keep tanking, baby. It's good for me. Bro. Good business. What would they say? Business is booming.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like how crazy was that shit? How he made a T-shirt of a picture with another man's wife.
That is nuts. Hey, disrespect, but
I mean, it's ex-wife now, so I mean, do what you want. She's single,
right?
So I mean,
I respect the disrespect.
I do too.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Antonio Brown for president, 2024.
Oh yeah. I think he'd have a big voter base.
Probably.
Anyway, the Indianapolis Colts traveling to Las Vegas to take on the Raiders. We all know, we talked about the Colts dumpster fire. The Raiders are also a dumpster fire themselves. Raiders are 4.5-point favorites at home. Jeff Saturday's first NFL game as a head coach. Raiders coming off of a very another 17-point lead blown.
Yeah. I like the Colts. I was just talking shit, like we were just like bullshitting about how like Jeff Saturday probably shouldn't have gotten the job. But I feel like we see this a lot in sports. When you get a new coach, the morale jumps in the room a lot. And whose morale right now is worse than Raiders? You know what I mean? Like who is feeling as bad as them? Devontae Adams pissed. They just cut Jonathan Abram, another first-round pick that they took.
Hunter Renfrow's on IR.
Yeah. Josh Jacobs is probably sweating because he's the only first-round pick on their team that they haven't cut yet. But but no, I think Indy gets up for this game. It is Sam Ehlinger, but I think if you rely on Jonathan Taylor against that shitty defense that they've had in Vegas.
And not to mention, Chandler Jones has half a sack this year, who is their big acquisition.
Yeah.
That very sought out for and has had a very disappointing season.
Yeah. And you got to think Chandler Jones is old. Like he would have fallen off at some point. I think he's 34 now. It's kind of old for an end.
Yeah.
But,
give me the Colts at plus 4.5 as well. I don't think they win this game, but I think this is one of those like it could go either way. It's going to be like a pissing match to the very end.
Like Vegas is up 17 and they lose and they win by 3.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm never betting on the Raiders again.
No.
Bit me in the ass last week. It was looking good for the first half. I'm like, oh shit, look at me. And then
dude.
Whoop. Dougie P and them boys. But anyway, moving on here to another divisional game. The Arizona Cardinals going into LA to take on the Rams. Cardinals are 1.5-point dogs on the road. I mean, both of these teams are about the same.
Yeah.
Rams coming off of a bye after losing to Tampa Bay. Cardinals coming off of an L to Seattle. Yep. This is one game where you look at it, and I said it, last week, the week before when these two teams played, the Buccaneers and the Rams. I'm like, look, whoever wins this game's probably going to the playoffs. Whoever loses is probably going to miss the playoffs. When you look at this game, whoever is going to lose this game is going to miss the playoffs.
100%.
And I think with that being said, give me the Cardinals at plus 1.5. I think they beat the Rams.
I like that.
Look, I mean, I don't know what it is with the Rams. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I agree. Like, you're looking at when you really look at that division that Arizona's in. Well, this is a divisional matchup, right? Yeah, it is.
NFC West.
Yeah, but like, even if Seattle pulls back, Niners are just going to get better because they're getting healthier.
Right.
So I wouldn't be surprised if the Niners only lose one more game the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Just because, I think they have some favorable matchups. But I honestly like the Rams. You obviously don't do the research I do because you would know that McVay is undefeated off of a bye.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just gonna stick to my guns.
Yeah, stick to your guns, bro.
I think when you look at these, I didn't even think about the bye thing, but when you look at these two teams right now, I mean, I think the Cardinals have something that works more than what the Rams do.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I mean, Kyler Murray's a dual threat quarterback who has some weapons around him. He's got D-Hop.
This is the best receiving core he's played
Zach
with.
Ertz. I think James Conner's now back in the fold for them in the run game. So their offense is getting more healthy, and their defense hasn't been playing bad.
No, their defense has been fine. They just haven't been putting up enough points.
Right, that's what I mean. But I mean, as far as the Rams go, it's been a struggle for them to put up points. We saw what they gave up to the Buccaneers in 50 seconds to decide a game. I don't know, man.
I think Tom Brady.
Yeah, I think the Rams are a lost cause. I think so too. I think they just wave the white flag and do what the Jets have been doing from last season back until 1969. They just say just end the season.
Yeah. Except for this year, we're going to get ice
Yeah,
cream.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, not this year. Not this year.
We're going to get ice cream. That's what we doing.
It's gonna stop when you get to January, though. But it's cool. It's cool. Enjoy
Yeah.
it while it lasts. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, dude, I'll take a playoff. I'll take a playoff.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
I agree.
You know, I kind of want to look into quarterback free agents this offseason. Because
Quarterback free agency.
Yeah, because I mean, there's got to be somebody better than fucking Zach Wilson. I mean, Zach Wilson's been winning us games. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
Like, you can't win a Super Bowl unless you have a top 8 quarterback.
Yeah.
Fact. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I just think I like LA because it's off a bye at home. That's really my biggest thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I get that.
And I still think LA is probably more talented.
Yeah. I think well, it's probably about even, in my opinion, as far as talent goes. But I think the Cardinals have something more than what the Rams have right now, as far as like showing that they can like win games.
Yeah.
With that being said, let's move on. Dallas Cowboys going into Lambeau to take on the Green Bay Packers. Packers are 5-point dogs at home. I believe I saw Romeo Dobbs is on IR.
Yep.
Trying to find the injury report. Because in my opinion, this has all the makings of a trap game for Dallas.
Yep.
But I'm going to take Dallas at -5.
Yeah.
But with that being said, this does have all the makings of a trap game.
Yeah.
But, I mean, obviously, they're the better team. They've been playing better. Aaron Rodgers is literally running it with nobody at wide receiver. Aaron Jones is their only...
he's their best receiver.
He's their best. He's literally their offense. Him and Aaron Rodgers, this is their offense.
Mm-hmm. Aaron Jones is their best receiver.
And running back, receiver, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with them being as one-dimensional as they are, I think Dallas can stop them easily. And they'll be able to handle them offensively.
Mm-hmm.
They'll get the running game going. Or maybe they won't. It won't have to. It won't matter. Give me Dallas.
Yeah. This is actually my hammer of the week. I like Dallas -5. I think you look at the history between especially Dak and Green Bay, it's been nothing but pain. And I said, what was it, last week or 2 weeks ago, Dallas was going to be the best, look like the best team in football this one week against Chicago, I think it was.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be another one of those games for Dallas. You know what I mean? They're going to be in Lambeau. All he's going to be thinking about is that sideline grab that Mercedes Lewis made 4 or 5, however many years ago.
That was beautiful, bro.
On that final drive. That's all he's going to be thinking.
Bro, Dallas choked the lead.
Yeah.
Actually, no, they didn't. They were down in that game and they were coming back, and then Aaron Rodgers did that.
Yeah. This is their best team they've had with Dak. And Zeke may not be a go. I think it's still on the fence if he's playing or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But either way, we saw what Tony Pollard did. Yeah. So, and I think this is the Dak game. I think Dak I'll make a prediction. 400 yards,
Whoa.
3 tuds, 1 pick.
400
yards.
400 is crazy, bro.
400 yards, 3 tuds, 1 pick.
I mean, I could see 285 to 320. 400 is nuts. I don't know about 400.
400 yards, 3 tuds, 1 pick.
Unless he's throwing like screens and checkdowns to Tony Pollard and he's just taking them to the house. Then, I'd say, well, maybe, but
you got to think though. No Eric Stokes. Eric Stokes is out. Yeah. So it's good. he's just going to be slinging it to the opposite side that Jair's on. If Jair's on CD, it's going to Gallup, and vice versa.
That's fair.
Yeah, and Dalton Schultz with Dak has looked a lot better. Like, we were high on him in the beginning of the year. We were taking him a lot of our parlays for stuff.
Yep.
I just think the chemistry is better with Dak. And Dalton Schultz is an above average tight end in today's football, I'd say.
Yeah.
I would say. But yeah, I like Dallas a lot. I think this is a big game for Dak and that team, because like that they could have won a Super Bowl that year that they lost to Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
They could have.
Yeah.
So yeah, hammer of the week.
All right.
Let's put this John back.
I respect it. Next game here. The LA Chargers going into San Francisco to take on the Niners. San Francisco is 7-point favorites at home. Who you got?
This one's tough because it's a big spread.
It is. It's tough. These are two high-powered offenses. Two pretty solid defenses.
Yeah. Solid stop. San Francisco's a top 5 defense. I like San Fran. I'm -7, I think. They're going to run the ball. They're going to run the ball. Nick Bosa's going to go nuts because their offensive line's beat up in LA.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just have a feeling about this game, dude. Like, I think the Chargers, this is a big game for them because they need to keep up with teams like the Jets and the Bengals for that last spot.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big game for both teams because
I think San Fran's hungrier though, and they have the.
I was gonna say, when you look at it, San Fran is in the same boat.
Yeah, and they have. I think Niners have more of the energy at home. You know what I mean, with the new acquisition they have. So like,
yeah,
I like San Fran.
They're 2 games behind Seattle, and they're pretty much tied with the Falcons and Washington, and only a game ahead of. As of right now, the Rams, Saints, Packers, Cardinals, Bears.
Yeah.
For that last spot. So.
Oh, real quick. If we can jump back to Green Bay real quick. I saw a article like 2 days ago. There's talk about if Green Bay loses this game, they should bench Rodgers for the year. And have Jordan Love play. Because when you look at it, like the more I thought about it, I thought it was nuts at first because it's like you want to give your team a chance to win. But I think if they lose this week, they're probably done. Minnesota's already got a 4-game lead on them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know. Do you put Jordan Love out there for the rest of the year just to see what you have?
This early? Probably not. I'd probably wait another 3-4 weeks before I get there.
They'd be 3-7.
I think at that point it would be time to just pull the plug.
Yeah, like I think you obviously don't like get rid of Rodgers. You bring Rodgers next year.
I know that, but I'm just saying, like, if he's healthy and wants to give it a go, give him a go.
Yeah, like if they need to like build the team next year to be better, like maybe, and if Jordan Love puts decent stuff on tape, use him as a trade asset because he's going to need an extension soon. So
but at the same time, I mean, you look at Aaron Rodgers getting up there in age. What if he gets hurt? You're going to need somebody to back him up, right?
Yes.
So it's a double-edged sword, but I don't think you overreact and bench Aaron Rodgers week 11 for the year. I think that's crazy.
But I think
if you get to week like 14 or 15 and you're, like you said, 3-7, 3-8.
I don't think you look at it like that though. If you're Green Bay, I don't think you look at it as benching Rodgers. I think you you look at it like Jordan Love needs to play at some point. We need to see what he has. This season's probably a wash. You know what I mean? Maybe not this week, but even the following. Like, giving him 6 games the rest of the year is better than giving him 3.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. I'll ride with you. Give me the Niners -7. I think this is gonna be. I think it's about really close though. Like I could totally see the Chargers making this like a 3-point game.
Yeah,
possibly upsetting them, just because of how big of a game it is. But I mean, like you said, the Niners.
I trust the coaching in San Fran more than I trust the coaching in LA.
Right. Yeah.
And if it's a close game, I like the Niners.
Right. Yeah. No, I got you. For those reasons, I am too riding with you.
This is a good Sunday Night Football matchup.
That is. Yeah. For once, we'll have some good primetime games.
Yep.
And last game, speaking of good primetime games, the Washington Commanders going into the Link to take on the Eagles. I will be there. Taylor Heineke coming into town. He's been playing pretty good. And the Eagles coming off of a little mini bye, beating the Texans by 12. Eagles are 10.5-point favorites at home. I will start, and it's very hard for me because on one end I can see the Eagles beating this team by 12 to 15 points, possibly even 17. I think this is going to be closer than what the spread indicates. I'm actually going to ride Washington plus 10.5 here.
Yeah.
Which is very surprising. I know I've literally picked the Eagles at the spread every single time this year. So for me to go against the Eagles, I'm not saying that they're going to lose this game. They're winning this game. They're going to be 9-0 after Monday night. When we come back here on Tuesday and I'm hungover after, getting fucking lit, they're going to be 9-0, which is cool. But I think this is going to be one where they have to work for it. And it's going to be about a 7 to 10 point game. I mean, just because, like, let's be honest. Taylor Heineke's a better quarterback than Carson Wentz. Yeah. Carson just lost his third starting job in, 3 years?
Yep.
And I think they're getting Chase Young back, too. So they are getting healthier. And they've been making plays with Taylor Heineke. They could get the run game going, which at times we've looked sweet.
Yeah.
But this is by no means am I saying the Eagles are losing this game by taking Washington. I just think they're going to win by less than 10. Okay. I think it's going to be around 7 to 10.
All right. I like Washington as well. Division matchup. I've been picking all these big spreads in division matchups. I'm always going to pick the underdog. But it's probably a 0.5% of a chance. But what if Washington wins this game while you're there?
I'm gonna cry. Yeah, I'm gonna cry live. Bro.
What if that's the only loss they take this year?
I'm gonna be bitching up a storm on my way home. I'm just not gonna go to school the next day. If they do lose, because this could be a trap. I mean, nobody's looking at it as a trap game. This could be a trap game with Taylor Heineke at quarterback. Man, I haven't really even thought about it this way until you literally just said that. Fuck you for that.
It's a division matchup, dude. You
but
never
it's
know.
True. It's true. You never know. Any given Sunday.
You should have gone to see him play like even a better team out of division. Like it's good. It would be nice.
My thing about going to see this game was at the time I thought I didn't think Carson Wentz because we didn't be out this early. Yeah. I thought he was going to be coming to the Link and everybody was going to be giving him the biggest boo birds in history. And I was going to I'm there for it. I'm all for that energy. I'm all for the Philly energy, bro.
You think that is what would be though? Like I hate to see a lot of fan bases do that. Like Carson Wentz did great things with the Eagles. I think so. He did great things with the Eagles.
I was scared that they were going to do it when Doug came back. And they didn't. They gave him standing O. I mean, Doug Peterson obviously brought us our first Super Bowl. Fantastic coach. Fucking balls of steel in the Super Bowl with the Philly special. And going for it in crucial 4th and shorts. Mm-hmm. But I mean, when you look at it, like, I honestly think Carson Wentz. I mean, we don't win the Super Bowl without Carson Wentz. I mean, that's not what I'm saying.
Thank you.
But he didn't win us the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Nick Foles had to come in, finish the regular season, and take us on that run, which is debatable if Carson Wentz would have been even able to do that.
I think
But
he could have.
after the fact, after his injury, I mean, you just saw he was just so wishy-washy, inconsistent. He ended up being out for he came back for a little bit in 2018, and he was out by around this time. I don't know, it was like week 12 or 13. He was out for the season again, and Nick Foles had to come in. We almost ran it back if Alshon Jeffrey doesn't drop a pass in the red zone.
Yeah.
Freaking would have been a game-winning touchdown drive by Nick, but it's cool.
There's a lot of Eagles fan. I feel like Eagles have the biggest casual football fan base. People that
I don't know about that,
don't
bro.
watch
I think Dallas has a bigger casual fan base.
It's those two.
I think the Eagles do have some casual fans. I'm not gonna say that the Eagles don't have casual fans that because I mean there was those people that were like oh man like when we had Jalen Hurts last year, like, oh man, Carson Wentz is balling for the Colts, like we shouldn't have traded him. Like, bro,
you didn't expect that to happen. Like, you know what I mean? You have a young quarterback you want to play better, and Carson Wentz was proven not to be healthy. That was the main reason why you got rid of him.
Yeah, and like his decision making was god awful.
Yeah,
I mean, Carson Wentz had that team. We were like what 4-12 or at the time I think it was like 3. Like, let me think about this. Like 3-9 or something like that.
Yeah.
Or 3-8-1. Jalen Hurts took the same team, 9-8, took us to the playoffs. Though we got blown out by the Buccaneers in the wild card round, still took basically the same team. I mean, you added Devontae Smith, but the same team, and took it to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I think what's at least for me as an Eagles fan, what sticks out more in my head about Carson Wentz is like the injuries and the 2020 season specifically, and how he handled it with Jalen Hurts and all of that stuff, and how all of like the stuff came out about him not being a good teammate, and even in the 2017 year when him and Darren Sproles and a couple of other guys had a confrontation around like NFC Championship game time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, look, it's the same thing with Ben Simmons. I think that Doug is not in that stratosphere. I think a lot of people would have been okay if like Doug was still our head coach. That would probably like it was fine. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Carson Wentz, on the other hand, you can compare that to Ben Simmons.
Yeah. Yep.
So for those reasons, yes.
Yeah.
The booing, it will probably like if he was playing on Monday, you better believe. And when he would have been in the huddle on the field, oh my God, the energy would have been palpable.
Oh yeah.
Would have been pristine. I mean, it's still going to be rocking in the link for a primetime game, but still, I mean, primetime game in the link with the guy who basically quit on your football team and your city back in town. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. I think the right way to do it as a fan is to standing O before the game. When the game's going on, that's when you boo.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
I think they would have booed him regardless.
Yeah. But... Like, I hated what Seattle did to Russ.
Yeah. It's cool. It's cool, though. It's cool.
All right, dude. Pretenders, contenders.
Playoff contenders and pretenders.
All right. I got the standings up, too, just to be safe, but...
We'll look at this. I mean, it's pretty early. You can see the screen.
No, I feel like we know what teams are. I feel like we know what teams are by this point.
Huh?
I feel like we know what teams are by this time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Stop licking, dude. Dog's licking himself.
Like we won't do teams that are like pretty much out of the race, but
like we're not going to talk about. We won't talk about like the Broncos, Jags, Raiders,
Packers,
like 12 to 16. Although, like, I feel like in the NFC, it's a little different.
It's a little different.
Like the Rams, I think the Cardinals right now are better than the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the way that they're seated. I think the Cardinals are better than these three teams right here.
Probably.
So yeah. And the Bears, I don't know. We'll see.
All right, let's just go down the list, bro.
So where do you want to start? AFC, NFC?
We'll just go back and forth. 1-1, 2-2. 1-1, you know.
All right. The first seeds, AFC, got the Buffalo Bills at 6-2, tied with the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm. They get the tiebreaker because they beat them.
Yeah, tiebreaker because they beat them head to head.
Yep.
It's cool. And then the Eagles, number 1 seed in the NFC at 8-0. Beautiful, man. You'll love to see it, as all things should be, with a game lead on Minnesota, kind of a 2-game lead just because they also have the tiebreaker because they blew the socks off of them Monday night, week 2.
Mm-hmm. No, say what it is. It's a 2-game lead.
Yeah, it's a 2-game lead. Also a 2-game lead. 2.5-game lead actually in the NFC East. I think the Eagles, they will definitely win the NFC East for sure.
I think I don't think there's a chance they don't. But I still think 3 teams get in.
No, I do too. I think the Eagles are they're the team that wins the NFC East though.
Mm-hmm.
The Bills in the AFC East is a little interesting because you got the Jets, you got the Dolphins who are also at 6-3, who are half a game behind.
Patriots are 5-4.
The Patriots are 5-4. Oof. That's tough, man.
Who would have thought this is the best division in football?
I know. The 2 best divisions in football, the AFC East and the NFC East. What the hell?
All right.
Wacky.
Bills, contenders or pretenders?
They're contenders. Let's call it what it is. I think they're contenders. Mm-hmm. I mean, their defense is elite.
Yeah.
Their offense is elite. Josh Allen is, arguably the favorite for MVP. He's in that conversation. Him, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes. That's your top 3.
I think he's sitting pretty at 3 right now.
Josh Allen.
Yeah.
After coming off of the game, you guys shocking the world.
Yeah. In his last 6 quarters of football, no touchdowns, 5 picks.
Yeah. So I mean, he is human, but he's also shown to be very good.
Yes.
And this offense is very hard to stop. There's a multi-dimensional offense. I mean, Josh Allen, kind of what you would have thought Carson Wentz was. He can throw it, he can run it when he needs to. He has Stephon Diggs, elite receiver, and the supporting cast not too bad either. Dawson Knox. They just got Nyheim Hines.
I don't know if that's a good comp. Carson Wentz. I think a better comp is
2017 Carson Wentz.
I still don't like it. I think he's a rich man's version of Cam Newton.
I don't know, though.
A better thrower and a better runner than Cam.
I think he's a better thrower than Cam was. Running wise, I don't know, bro. Cam was different. You're sleeping on Cam as a runner. Yeah,
but dude, we've seen Josh Allen run for 100 yards multiple times. We've seen him he power guys. I mean, more of the style. He runs over guys rather than around guys.
Right.
But no, I think the contenders. My biggest issue right now with the Bills is I think they rely too much on Josh Allen. He shouldn't be leading you in rushing yards and passing yards. Pick one.
I agree.
So that's my only issue is if he's not on his shit, they will lose.
Right. I mean, we saw it firsthand with the with the Jets.
Like, I'm confident if Jalen Hurts isn't playing well, the Eagles can still win a football game.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
So, but yeah.
Speaking of that, the Eagles, contenders, pretenders. I'm gonna go. There shouldn't even be a pretender anywhere close to the Eagles.
No.
They are clear contenders. It's clear.
Yep.
The way that they've won football games this year, they've won every game a different way every week.
Yes.
Jalen Hurts, I mean, he's a top 5 quarterback this year. He's playing like a top 5 quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
The run game is good with Miles Sanders. He's having a quiet career year.
Mm-hmm.
He's I think he's top 10 in rushing yards in the league. So
Pretty
over
sure
650. 650 and I think 6 touchdowns.
He's 7th.
7th, yeah.
Yep.
I was close.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, AJ Brown is on pace for 1,500 yards. Devontae Smith is on pace for the same year that he had last year, almost just under 1,000 yards. Dallas Goedert breakout year. I mean, the offense is just putting up absurd numbers, and the defense is also putting up absurd numbers. I mean, they must. I don't have it off the top of my head, but I just know they got to be leading the league in interceptions. They have to be. CJ Gardner-Johnson has 5. Bradbury has 3, I want to say 3 or 4. Slay has 3. Maddox has 1.
They have the most.
Yeah.
They don't have the most by a secondary, but team touchdowns. They have the most.
No. Team interceptions.
Can you guess what team has the most?
I mean, the secondary is one of, if not the best in the league.
Yes.
The front line, second level linebackers vastly improved from last year. My only thing, I guess, with the Eagles at times are a little sweet in run defense, and Jonathan Gannon really worries me still. I understand, like, it's just crazy to me how this guy has fucking head coaching interest when, like, some weeks he's on it. He is the weak link on this team.
Yep. I agree.
Nick Sirianni is a really good coach, master motivator of men. That's the kind of role he's taken. He's given the play calling to Shane Steichen, who I wouldn't be surprised is out with a head coaching job next year. He is a fucking amazing play caller.
Yep.
He shows a master class every week.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just insane. I mean, I wouldn't expect anything less if you had an offense like we have, but he's just finding ways to put guys in positions to succeed. And guys are executing. I think it's really hard to stop this team, honestly.
Yeah.
They are still my pick out of the NFC. They're still my pick to win the Super Bowl. Not only am I being a biased Eagles fan, but as a non-biased fan, they are the best team in football.
Yes.
On November 10th, 2022 at 8-0.
Yep, I'd say they're contenders as well, obviously. My only concern with them is I want to see them in more high pressure moments. That's it. That's it.
But the thing about it is they're just so good. They don't even have to be in those moments.
I know. And another thing is too,
played really bad teams either.
Another thing is too that I've been thinking about. They are scary healthy.
Yeah.
Right now. Which is it's great.
Mm-hmm.
But you almost worry like.
Yeah, let's not even talk about it.
No.
Because as an Eagles fan, at least before Nick Sirianni became head coach, I mean, we were always like one of the most injured teams in football, and it was annoying as hell. I mean, the year we won the Super Bowl, we were without like 7 starters.
Mm-hmm.
One being Carson Wentz, our franchise quarterback, who probably would have won MVP that year. Jordan Hicks, our starting linebacker. Jason Peters, our starting left tackle. Darren Sproles, who was our kick returner. Captain on the running backs. We were without Chris Maragos, special teams guy. There were other guys, but
sure.
And not to mention, like, We've seen like secondary purgatory with Chandon Sullivan, Trey Sullivan, Michael Jacquet. I mean, bro, look, they've literally dragged guys off of the street that you've never heard of to play fucking cornerback, safety, wide receiver. I mean, the Eagles wide receiver core in late 2019 to now, you would not believe that it is what it is. Like they had Greg Ward, Jonathan Perkins, I can't even remember like half of the guys. Deontay Burnett, like guys like who are these guys?
Yeah.
But that's one thing I'll say about Nick Sirianni. I think that's the way that they like kind of operate in the week, is making sure that guys get the most rest, the proper rest on the body. And that's helped them stay healthy and continue to do what they've been doing. So I commend them for that, and keep it going, fellas. Keep it going. We're not job. Listen, what Jalen said on Thursday Night Football, he said, job not done, job not finished, job finished. I don't think so.
All right.
And that's the other thing with this team too. Before we move on, I just want to say their mentality. I know we said like, oh, it might worry me. Like, they'll, the moment will be too big for them. They'll start feeling themselves. They're the most grounded bunch that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
The mindset is just one day at a time. Do it. Control what you can control. Keep the main thing. Like, bro, how does this team not win the bowl with this mindset and these guys, bro? It is crazy, but we'll move on. I'm a proud fan. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's amazing how my team's doing really good too, and I don't talk about them as much as you talk about the Eagles.
Yeah. I'm the biggest homer ever, but it's true though. I mean, look, you gotta speak on it.
Yeah. Kansas City.
Contender, pretender?
They're contenders. They're contenders. Huh? They're contenders.
Yeah.
They're my favorite to win a Super Bowl right now. I'll never bet against Andy. I'll never bet against Big Red, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they've done it. You know what I mean? They're the only team right now that's really done it. So
yeah. I think they're contenders as well. They're my pick out of the AFC actually. So I think it's going to be Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl.
Yep.
Which is a funny crash course for the New Heights podcast.
I can't wait for that. That's all I think about whenever I watch that pod is these guys are going to play each other in the Super Bowl. Let's go.
Literally.
Who does Mama Kelsey root for?
She said she's rooting for Jason.
Probably because he's older.
That's what he said. No, because he has kids. That's why.
Fuck them kids, bro.
Yeah, fuck them kids. Hey, listen, if you're rooting for the Eagles, I commend you. I commend you, bro.
All right.
Yeah, they're contenders for sure. I think if they meet the Bills in the playoffs, they'll beat them.
Arrowhead Invitational.
Yeah. Even if it's in Buffalo, I don't really care. I think they'll beat them.
I think so too.
Vikings. Yep. Contenders? Pretenders?
I think you and I are going to be different on this. I think they're contenders. I really do. I do. Kirk's been doing more than enough to win them games. That running game's going to get better. They're going to get healthier. Zadarius Smith is one of the most underrated pickups of the offseason on their defense.
Yeah.
And that receiving core, now that they add TJ Hawkinson, it just opens so much up. We were talking about when they made that trade. I think this is a year that, barring they can get over the hump against the Eagles or the Niners, this is their year. I do. Yeah. I really do think so.
I think they're contenders as well.
Okay.
I just don't think they beat the Eagles or maybe the Niners.
Because you're a home.
I think they're probably the second or third best team in the NFC.
Yeah. I think their talent is right alongside.
Yeah, no, for sure. Their talent. Yeah.
It's quarterback questions.
For me, yeah, it's quarterback for me. And we all know how Kirk Cousins is in whether it's high pressure, playoff, postseason, or primetime matchups. Just any of the P's.
As long as they don't put it
pandemic P.
As long as they don't put it all on him like they have in the past. If they can establish a run game in a lot of these games, the pressure's off him.
Yeah, that's the thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing, though.
And I think they can against some teams.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing, though. Like with the Eagles, I think if you put it on Jalen Hurts to go win you the game, he'll win you the game. Kirk Cousins,
I think he can. I don't know if he will. I think he can. I don't know if he will.
He has the ability to win you games. I just don't think it's in his DNA to like. You need to go get 6 to go to the Super Bowl. I don't think it's in Kirk Cousins' DNA to do that.
Yeah.
Regardless of who you put around him, I don't think it's in his DNA.
All right.
3 seeds. Ravens. Contenders, pretenders.
I think they're pretenders. I think
I do too.
They're kind of a poor man's Eagles. Truly. The way they play. They've been blowing too many games for my liking. Lamar Jackson has been playing pretty well. It's just, I don't know if the difference between Hurts for me, and we don't have to get into a giant ass Eagles run about it again, but like, I can trust Jalen doing it either way, running or throwing. I don't know if I can trust Lamar throwing it yet. Like we see him all throughout the regular season. He can put up numbers throwing the ball. But in the 3 games he's lost, he's had chances, and he hasn't done it yet. So, yeah, I don't think they're contenders.
I think they're pretenders as well. I just think offensively they're missing like firepower, specifically at the wide receiver position, for me to be like when you look at Kansas City. I mean, Kansas City, they have some like B+ tier guys. But it's better than what the Ravens have.
Yeah.
Like you're going to need in the playoffs, you're going to need the cast around you and the quarterback to, kind of not really put it on his shoulders, but he's going to have to get it to guys who can make plays.
Yeah, and they don't have playmakers.
Like the Bills, they got the playmakers, no doubt. The Chiefs, no doubt. The Eagles, no doubt. Even the Vikings, no doubt. The Niners, no doubt. The Ravens, Mark Andrews is not enough, bro. Mark Andrews, Devin Duvernay, and Kenyon Drake are not enough.
Yeah, and Mark Andrews hasn't been consistent enough this year.
Yeah. I mean, not to mention their defense is fucking elite.
Yeah, their defense is really good.
But like their defense is legit. Their offense is what worries me. So for that reason, they're pretenders in my eyes.
Yeah. Seattle, I think we're both in the same place with this one. Pretenders.
I think so. I think there's slight. I
think the Ravens are better than them.
Pretenders for me, just because you don't have like. Excuse me. You don't have like those guys that you just look at the roster and just wow, like he can take over a game.
Yeah.
Like you look at the Buffalo Bills, Stephon Diggs, wow, he can take over a game. Or Von Miller on the defense, wow, he can take over a game. Or with the Eagles, A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert, anybody offense you pick, defense, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Bradbury Slay, wow, they can take over a game. The Vikings, Jettis, Dalvin Cook, wow, they can take over a game. You don't really have that on the Seahawks, but
no, and I think
I do like what I think they are like a legit playoff team, but when we talk about Super Bowl, they're not a contender.
Yeah, I think right now they have in the playoff picture, they have the worst defense in the playoff picture, and you're not winning a Super Bowl with that.
Yeah, no.
So,
no, I think it's been a really good run for them though.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I really like what they're doing.
Yeah, I do
think
too.
They'll make the playoffs, but I don't think they're going to be a Super Bowl contender.
No, probably not.
All right. Titans. Contender? Pretender?
They're pretenders. I think if they were winning the games they're winning with Ryan Tannehill, I might put them in contenders because they're so slept on.
Right.
This is like the one year that it's like kind of like how I feel about the Cowboys. Like this is the one year where no one's expecting them to do anything. And that's always scary. Like look at Cincy last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with Malik Willis, dude, the guy can't throw a football.
Yeah.
He can't. You know what I mean? You can't rely on Derrick Henry getting you 200 yards every game, especially against those defenses, even if they made it to the Super Bowl, against any of those defenses in the NFC.
Right.
So,
God,
yeah, for me,
the Titans in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, for me, no.
For the same reasons as I said about the Seahawks, I also think the Titans are Super Bowl pretenders. I think they're a legit AFC playoff team.
Yeah.
They're so slept on. Their defenses have been playing very good. Their running game is very good. It's all about that pass game. And that's the thing, man. You got Treylon Burke, Robert Woods, who are like, I mean, it's not terrible.
No, they're good receivers.
Like I said before, when you're going up against elite offenses like the five that I described, the five that I described earlier with the Bills, Chiefs, Eagles, Vikings, Niners, it doesn't match up.
Yeah.
So for those reasons, playoff contender?
For sure.
For sure. Super Bowl contender? Not so much. And segueing to the Bucks here, I'll say the same thing.
Yep.
Super Bowl pretenders.
I don't think they're going to get it together in time to make a run. I could see them upsetting somebody, but I don't see it. I just, you know what I mean? Their offensive line's just not good enough. It's not.
Yeah.
If they had the same offensive line, they would probably be 7-2, 6-3. I think that is what all their problems stem from, is their offensive line.
Right. That's where it starts. I mean, you look at the good teams in the NFL. That starts at the lines.
And I don't think Brady now, especially this year, can carry a team with a battle line like Burrow did last year.
No.
So,
not to mention their defense has been spotty at times.
Yeah, it's been spotty. It'll get better. The team will get better. I don't think they're going to get it all together clicking enough.
I think they'll be a one and done team if they make the playoffs.
Okay.
Here we go. Number 5 seeds, the Jets. Contenders or pretenders? Look, and I listen, if you go with your fan bias here, I get it. I see the vision. Do you want me to go first, or you want to go?
Go ahead. I want to hear what you say.
I think it's really tough. Honestly.
Don't hurt my feelings. You don't have to feel bad about hurting my feelings. Like if you genuinely feel like,
listen, I think they're a legit playoff. I think they are probably the closest from being a Super Bowl contender than the other teams on this list.
Yeah.
Other than probably the Dolphins. I think the Jets are a legit playoff team. A Super Bowl contender. I mean, you're probably like a quarterback away.
We are. That's it. We are a quarterback away.
We're a quarterback away, or like a big time star on either side of the ball away from being a legit contender.
I think we're a tackle and a quarterback away.
Yeah.
Our front seven has been the second best. Our defense has, in my opinion, has been the second best defense in football.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So, playoff contender for sure. Jets are, I can't believe I'm saying it too. The Jets are a playoff contender, but a Super Bowl contender, I think they're Super Bowl pretenders.
Yeah.
But I think they're on the right track, though. They're close.
For me, I'm going to sit. Fuck, dude. I'm so on the fence. I'm on the fence.
I know. And that's how I feel, too. I just think they're like a quarterback and or like a big-time star player on either side of the ball away.
And like I'll get into it a little bit because I don't really talk a lot of Jets. You know what I mean? But like, especially when we're winning, I should, but I don't. Like,
like talk your shit.
The things that our team has been doing has been amazing. And like, I think out of all the teams, this is probably the team that would make the same kind of run that Cincy did. but it's like in reverse. Like that defense could probably carry us to a Super Bowl. It's young, but I mean, you look at some of Sauce's matchups and DJ Reed, they're both top 5 in like almost every statistical category outside of picks. And I personally don't really care about picks. I care more about passive PBUs and shit like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like, let me read you off the receivers that he's gone up against. They've gone up against. Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
Amari Cooper.
Yep.
Jamar Chase. Deontay Johnson. Tyreek Hill and Waddle.
Mm-hmm.
Packers didn't have shit. The Broncos, Judy and Courtland Sutton.
Yeah.
Patriots don't really have shit, but we lost to them, so that doesn't really matter. And then Diggs. And Gabe Davis, 0 yards. Like,
bro, come on. If the Jets can do it, bro, the Eagles can do it. Let's be real.
Like, I don't know. I think the Breece Hall loss is a lot bigger than what people are thinking. Because, like, you bring in James Robinson, like, okay, he'll fill the role. Like, I think Breece Hall was on track to be a top 5 running back with what he was. What he was like, balling. Like, I'm watching him, like, Kenneth Walker sort of doing what Breece Hall was doing, like now with the Seahawks. But, like, the difference is Kenneth Walker's averaging 3.7 yards a carry, which is bad. He's just getting a lot of carries, so his yardage looks good. Breece Hall was averaging 5.5. And just to put that, Nick Chubb's averaging 5.6. And yards per carry is a huge thing. And the other thing with the Jets, too, is we are the best fourth quarter team in football.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know this, but the stats.
Yep.
We are a plus 58 point differential in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
Second is at 34.
I didn't know that. Second
is 34. We almost have double the point differential. Okay?
Yeah.
Yards per play, we are first in the league in fourth quarter.
That's wild.
Sacks, we are first in the fourth quarter. Picks, we are first in the fourth quarter. Yards given up, we are first in the NFL in the fourth quarter.
Damn.
And mind you, most of our games have been close.
Yeah.
But we are not letting teams do shit in the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, it's really Zach Wilson. That's the only thing. Like, if something clicks this year and he takes a slight jump to not to where, like, he's throwing for more yards or he has more attempts or more touchdowns. Like, if he's
just making better decisions,
if his completion percentage goes up,
a
few percentages, or like his pocket presence is better, or he's not throwing pickable balls as much, just that little bit could catapult them.
Right.
I think. Like, it's how I look. It's kind of a poor man's Niners. Like, where you look at the defense, like, this team's not getting scored on. The running game has been phenomenal all year. Like, we're not in the same category with like weapons, but the way our weapons have been playing is really good. And that's without Elijah Moore's stupid ass. And, like, Tyler Conklin's made a jump as a tight end this year. And then your real questions are, can Jimmy G or Zach Wilson get it done? And so far, Zach Wilson's been able to get it done. So, and we've beaten 2 of the teams ahead of us. Like, I mean, we beat the Dolphins. We beat
the Bills. The Bills.
Yeah, we beat the Bills. And we're undefeated on the road.
Yeah.
So, like, that, us being undefeated on the road gives me confidence because we're not going to have a home playoff game right now. Unless we magically win the division. So
that would be nuts.
Dude, that would be fucking insane. But, like,
what the fuck is football in 2022 with the Jets having a home playoff game?
Yeah. I think this is the closest team that's teetering for me.
I think so too. They are Zach. If Zach Wilson takes like a Jalen Hurts jump next year,
It doesn't even need to be like
and
that. Like, I think if he plays like Kirk,
and if you guys have like a star impact player on either side of the ball,
yeah,
that's enough to put the Jets probably in the Super Bowl contender conversation.
and we're playing with house money. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna have the most salary cap in the league next year.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like
So
you guys will probably be buyers in the free agency.
absolutely, and people will want to come here. It's New York. Like we've seen it time after time. Like we do get free agents. They just haven't panned out. Like we got Lev Bell. We got Mosley when he was available. We signed Anthony Barr before he decided to go back to the Vikings. But like, you know what I mean? We're New York and we're winning now. So like, there's a chance we can make a splash. But
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I don't think they are right now. But if they could, if they beat the Bills again,
I mean, anything can happen.
Like if we go into New England and beat them, and then into Minnesota and beat them, we'll be 6-0 on the road going into Buffalo.
That's wild, bro.
So I mean, yeah.
In my humble opinion, I think y'all split with Buffalo.
Yeah, I don't expect us to beat Buffalo in Buffalo.
I
didn't expect us to beat Buffalo at home.
I didn't either.
Yeah. It was
but hey, a lot of people didn't.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
You want to move on now?
Yeah, Cowboys.
All right, it's cool. It's cool. Cowboys. I think they're pretenders.
Of course.
I think they're a legit playoff team, but Super Bowl pretenders. They're probably the one team that you're probably most surprised about looking at as a Super Bowl pretender, because a lot of people have the Cowboys as one of the favorites to go to the Super Bowl and win. I mean, and no disrespect, they've been playing very good. Their defense has been good this year. They've gotten the run game going. I mean, if they keep the run game going, I think they could be in that contender conversation. Like talent-wise, you don't look around the NFC other than, the big three, the Eagles, Vikings, Niners, and look at other teams and be like, well, they don't have more talent than Dallas Cowboys do. But it's been the same story over the last, as long as I can remember, that, they have really good teams, really talented teams. In the regular season, they have really good record, played well, put up good numbers. Then we get to the playoffs, something happens, and they just fold. We saw it last year against the 49ers. Mm-hmm. How are you going to run a quarterback draw with no timeouts with 15 seconds left for the game?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like they always find ways in the postseason or close to the postseason to lose games. I think, like I said, I think they are a really good football team. I just don't think that they have it in them to put together like a deep playoff run. Because we've seen this before. We've seen the same story. We've read this book with Dak before. He's a good quarterback, puts up really good numbers and stats in the regular season, wins you games. But in the playoffs, it's just like, you need a game, you got to go win it. He hasn't done it. He's 1-3 in his playoff career?
Something like that.
See, I think the Cowboys, I think they're good to win a playoff game. That's about it. I think if they get to the second round, they'll get bounced out by either like the Eagles or the Niners or Vikings, whoever, someone like that. Yeah.
I'm different. I think they are contenders because I think this is the best running game they've had with Dak.
Yeah.
You could say like Zeke's first year or like even second year, but like the combo of them two, I think is better.
Right.
Because you have options. And
Mm-hmm.
this is the best defense that they've had with Dak. And I think Micah Parsons might single-handedly win them a playoff game. Or even two. Like that this like
I don't know about two.
You're not obviously you don't like the Cowboys and I respect it, but I mean
no, I get that, but I'm just saying because like we've seen this before. They've had it's not like the Cowboys have had very shitty teams and have just barely squeaked into the playoffs, and maybe they get lucky and get one off on a team that they shouldn't have gotten off on. No, they've had really good teams. They've been, I mean, shit, they were 13-3 Dak's rookie year. And that was what happened.
He was a rookie. That's what happened. But like, I think this is the best team that they've had. Even though they've had good teams, this is their best team, I think.
Yeah.
Even if they go 11-6, I still think this team's better than the 13-3 team. But like,
yeah, I just think situationally, like,
I agree.
They haven't shown me in the playoffs and when they have to go and get wins that they can do that. So until then, until they show me, until I'm proven wrong, I'm going to sit up here and say that the Cowboys are Super Bowl pretenders. They're not playoff pretenders. I think they're going to make the playoffs. They're a playoff team out of the NFC.
Let me ask you this. If they beat the Packers in Lambeau and then beat Minnesota in Minnesota these next 2 weeks, will they be a contender? No?
I don't think so.
I just think they are because like the expectations aren't even there on them this year. Like there are people saying that there are 4 teams in that conference better than them. And I don't think that's true. I think they're
fringe the fourth best.
Like I think they could beat everybody in that conference but the Eagles.
Yeah.
I think they could beat the Niners, and I think if they could beat
Minnesota. All beat each other. That's the thing with those 4 teams. They're all so talented that they can beat each other. But it's just a matter of like I've seen the Eagles do it before. I've seen the Niners do it before.
You haven't seen
Vikings.
The Eagles do it before.
I mean,
you haven't seen the Eagles do it before.
I have seen the Eagles do it before.
No, you haven't.
At least with the core group of guys they still have from the 2017.
That's irrelevant because it's a different quarterback. That's irrelevant. A different quarterback changes everything.
Yeah. I don't know. I really think that Jalen Hurts can get it done. But
I think so too, but I also think Dak can get it done.
I don't think Dak can get it done in the playoffs. I think Jalen Hurts would be a better playoff quarterback than Dak Prescott.
I think the Cowboys can get it done. I do.
I don't.
That's fine. That's fine. You don't have to.
I don't believe in Dak Prescott. Yeah, it's cool to agree to disagree. I don't believe in the man. He hasn't, in the playoffs at least, he hasn't shown me a reason to believe.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. A lot of people don't get it done early on. So
that's
a lot of people don't.
Some people never get it done.
Yeah, some people never get it done.
Tony Romo never got it done.
Dan Marino never got it done.
Dak Prescott will probably never get it done.
Imagine, dude. Imagine the Cowboys beat the Eagles and then in the championship game.
Absolutely fucking not. That would never happen, especially if they're going to the Link.
Let's move on.
The Eagles are probably going to get the 1 seed, and it's going to be the Lincoln Invitational.
Let's move on. Let's move on. Miami.
All right, Miami. This is a tough one for me.
Yeah, me too.
I think they're in the same conversation as the Jets.
Yeah.
Like 1 or 2 I mean, and they have dynamic pieces too, like Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. They just traded for Bradley Chubb. I think they're probably like one more high-powered defensive piece away from being a contender.
Okay.
I need to see more situational growth from Tua.
Yeah. Yeah.
if I see that, then yeah, I'll put them in Super Bowl contender conversation.
You're probably surprised that like I think this, but I think Miami is a contender. Because
No, I can see it. I think
it's
they're
weird.
really close. I think
It's
they're close.
yeah.
I think they are when I think of a contender, I think of like there is nothing else that I can do to improve this team that'll like make them like they're not a contender.
What
Like the Bills, like the big five teams that I keep going back to: the Bills, Chiefs, Eagles, Vikings, Niners. I mean, you look at those teams; they've been proven to like win games. You can't really spot a weakness on their rosters.
there's a lot. There's every team's
There's a
gonna
little,
upgrade.
but not as gaping as like the Jets or the Dolphins or the Seahawks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's when I think of a contender, that's what I think of.
Yeah.
So in that sense, like the Dolphins defense, I think they're just one big playmaker away from being contenders because
I mean,
their offense, they have a high-powered offense, but their
yeah.
defense is mid.
It's mid right
Yeah.
now. I think they're contenders because I think Tua proves time and time and again that he wins football games. Doesn't matter what it looks like, he wins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even looking back at his time in college. Like
right.
And I don't know if there's a secondary that can shut down those two receivers. There's secondaries that can slow them down, but not shut them down. They're too quick, too dynamic. They play off each other so well. And we're asleep a little bit. Xavier Howard is a very good corner in this league. Byron Jones is coming back healthy soon. So they'll have two all-pro corners back.
Right.
It's really over the top help and linebacker. I think they really struggle with.
That's what I mean. Yeah, if they can get a dynamic linebacker.
Yeah.
I like Miami.
Yeah, but that's how I feel about them.
Right.
The Giants.
I think we kind of probably lie one and the same on this one. They are pretenders.
Pretenders. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a believer in everything that they're doing, but the quarterback.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
As a Super Bowl. So.
Right. Yeah.
I don't have to spend much time on that. I mean.
No, and we don't have to spend much time on that. I mean, when you're throwing for like less than 200 yards a game, that's not going to get it done against the teams on these lists.
No. There's not going to be a lot of low-scoring playoff games this year because there's a lot of teams that can just really stack points up no matter what your defense is.
Literally, yeah.
Plus, Xavier McKinney's out for the year.
Yep. Yep. A four-wheeling accident in Cabo.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, Cabo.
Cancun. Chargers.
Now, well, yeah. We'll get into this and then our on the bubble teams.
We only have to take a couple teams from there. Like, I don't think we need to talk about Washington, the Colts, the Rams, the Browns, the Saints, the Packers. Like, I don't think we need to talk about any of them. The Broncos.
We can talk about the Browns with Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, we could. The Falcons, I don't want to talk about. I don't think they're not anything for me.
Right. All right. Well, we'll start with the Chargers. Contender, pretender.
I think they're a pretender. I don't trust them situationally. Keenan Allen's still not back. Must be the worst hamstring in history. Mike Williams only shows up when he wants to. And they're just not healthy. They will get healthy, but might be too little too late. So,
yeah.
I mean, they're going to be a playoff team probably, but.
I agree. I agree. They're a legit playoff team, but when you look at the Super Bowl conversation, they're not in it.
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. And it's funny because beginning of the year, you had analysts saying that they would be
better than the Chiefs.
Yeah. It's cool though.
Yeah, it's cool.
Niners. Probably also lie one and the same on this one. I say they're a contender. My main thing with them is health.
Health, yep.
If they can stay healthy,
Mhm.
they're definitely a contender. But if they start losing guys at key positions, which we've seen,
Mhm.
I think it's a 2-man race between the Eagles and Vikings.
It's good to get the injury bug out in the beginning, early in the year.
Right.
So, I mean, I think the Niners will be healthier in the playoffs than they are now.
Yeah.
So, and they could make the playoffs at 9-8, and I'd still think they're a contender. So, just because they're just the roster is loaded.
Yeah. They just have so much upside.
Yes.
Offense is filthy. Defense play like dogs.
Yep.
But they do have a tough schedule, so I mean, we'll see how it plays out.
Yep.
But I mean, when you're looking at the Niners, you got to worry about some of these on the bubble teams. I mean, obviously, when you look at them, like the Niners are so much better than the Falcons and the Commanders and the Rams and Cardinals.
Rams, yep.
I think out of this 3-win group over here, the Cardinals are probably the best. The one to come out of this group
would be the Cardinals. Yeah, I'd say so.
So we'll talk about Falcons, Commanders, and Cardinals out of this group.
Sure. And then we can hit Browns, Bengals, Patriots.
Yeah. So yeah, as far as like you'd have to worry about records wise and schedule wise.
Yeah.
But yeah. Let's let's look at these teams. Who do you want to start with?
We'll go like in order, like we were doing, like down through those teams.
So, I mean, we're obviously not going to be Super Bowl contenders.
No.
The Patriots.
Quarterback and their offense is just too bad. They need a quarterback and they need wide receiver help big time.
Are they a playoff team?
Are they a playoff team? That's a good question. I don't think so. I think if the Chargers fall out, Cincy will jump into that spot. Since the Bengals are proven over the Chargers, and I trust their offense more than I trust the Chargers, and I trust their defense more than I trust the Chargers, you know? And yeah, that's really how it is for me.
Yeah. I think it's tough. I think they've been coached very well.
Yeah. Those three teams right there, 7, 8, 9, the Patriots I think are the worst of the three.
Yeah, on paper. But they've been coached really good. They play hard.
Yes. Run the ball well. Matt
right.
Judon's having a sneaky defensive player of the year season.
Leading the league in sacks, 11.5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think they're a playoff team. Roster would not suggest it, but I mean you cannot discount the job that Bill Belichick and his staff have been doing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we looked at this team early on in the year, like they're going to be a shit team.
Yeah.
But they're playing hard. They're playing good.
Okay, so you like them as a playoff team?
I like them as a sneaky 7.
So you like them to get in over the Chargers. What team do you think they beat out?
Over the Chargers? I don't know.
What team do they beat out? That's my whole thing.
Right. Well, that's the thing with like all of these. Like, what teams do they beat out? I mean, if anybody looking at, well, we ain't even going to scroll that far up.
Yeah.
If anything, I'd have to look at schedules, but
it's really 5, 6, 7 because I think Titans walk away with the division, and a wild card team isn't going to beat a team over the division leader.
Right.
So it's really between Jets, Dolphins, Chargers.
Probably and you could say Chargers, honestly.
Chargers, yeah. Yeah, I'd say so. Best roster of the three teams, but they just for some it's the same old Chargers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. The Falcons.
No.
Playoff team?
No. Next question.
No faith.
No faith, dude. They have Marcus Mariota as their fucking quarterback.
Yeah. No, I feel you, bro.
Their defense is horrible. terrible. Like, if you look at, let me look at their schedule. Falcons. They still got to play Bears, who I think are good. They have to play the Steelers in Pitt. They have to play the Saints in New Orleans. They have to play the Ravens. They have to play the Cardinals, and they have to play the Bucs. It's very likely they lose all those games. They're just not good enough. Not going to cut it. So, I don't think they're a playoff team. I really do think the NFC is pretty much set. Like, I think who we see there is who's going to be there.
Yeah. I don't think they're a playoff team either. I mean, and their record indicates they're in the hunt, but like team-wise, I don't know. Like, it's the Falcons, bro.
We're not going to talk about the Rams, and I don't think the Rams are a playoff team either, but I think if it's one of those two, it's probably the Rams.
Yeah.
Either way. They're 3-5, and I still feel better about them than I do Atlanta.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Cincy.
Putting some heat together right now for this snooze fest. Cincy, I mean, I would say that they're a playoff team.
Okay.
I think they've been victim of injury and a really tough schedule.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not much to say about them?
No, I mean, again, they'll probably have to beat out the Chargers.
Yeah. And the Patriots by your mindset.
Yep. But they're only a game behind the Ravens.
Yeah, only a game.
So anything could happen.
I think they're a contender.
Like playoff contender,
Super Bowl contender.
Super Bowl? Wow. I don't think they're a Super Bowl contender.
Their defense is underrated. I think it's a top 10 defense. And the way their offensive line is playing a hell of a lot better. Like, the reason why the record's so bad is because they lost the first 2 weeks, getting sacked like 14 times. Since then, they're 4-2 against, they're playing the Dolphins, the Ravens, the Falcons, who are a playoff team-ish, the Browns. So, I think they're a contender. I really do. And Joe Burrow, again, proven winner. Their offense is ridiculous. Jamar Chase will be back. All this is doing for Jamar Chase is rest. It's rest. Straight up. His injury's not that major. It just takes a couple weeks to heal. He's going to be rested. So, I like the Bengals a lot this year, more than most people. I think they are a Super Bowl contender. I could see them reeling, sneaking a few off of those top teams in the AFC. I wouldn't be surprised if they beat the Bills or the Chiefs. That's how much I like them. Will they beat the Jets? No, because the Jets are winning the Super Bowl. But anything other than that?
Hey. Watch your mouth.
But yeah, that's how I feel about Cincy. Don't take it, but I feel, and if the running game is playing like it's been playing, dude,
yeah.
How do you stop them?
Yeah.
I'll say this. This is a lot. When they're on, they're the best offense in football. When they're on, they are the best offense in football. And there's no debate for me.
Right.
No debate.
I don't know, man. I just think some of these teams on this list, when you look at the roster,
yeah.
I think they can beat out the Chargers. Maybe the Jets.
To me, they're the third best
Ravens.
Team in the AFC. To me, they're the third best team in the AFC.
They could be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I think they are. I don't think they could be. I think they are. The only reason they're not in the playoffs is just because there's a lot of teams winning right now. That's it.
Yeah.
Like one of those AFC teams will fall off.
Yep.
And I think the Bengals will ride that.
Mm-hmm. All right. Washington. Playoff team?
Not a chance. Not a chance. Just not talented enough. Not a good enough quarterback. The division's too good. Should I go on? The running back got shot. What else?
Hey, whoa, man, not on this program.
Hey, dude, I'm happy to see him back out there. He got back from being shot faster than Keenan Allen got from popping a hammy.
Man,
you
are disrespectful.
Yeah, they're not good.
It's tough for me because I think with Taylor Heineke, this team is better than with Carson Wentz.
But he's still bad.
Yeah. It's hard to, like, looking at the NFC, like, I really think it's going to be these 7 teams.
Yeah.
Barring any, like, injury or fall off.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Commanders, if they stick with Taylor Heineke, they will be in the conversation for that 7 spot.
Yeah, they'll be in the conversation. I just don't think they will
They'll probably end as an 8 or 9.
They still got to play the Eagles, the Giants twice, the Niners, the Browns, and the Cowboys.
Ugh. I don't know. I mean, look, they gave the Vikings a run for their money, so
the last 5 games of the year.
Yeah.
In the Meadowlands, at home against the Giants. In San Fran, at home against the Browns, that could be a win. And then at home against the Cowboys, I don't think the Cowboys are still going to be fighting for playoff seeding then, so they'll be playing people in Week 18.
Right.
So
I mean, who knows? They might want to spoil that.
Maybe, but will they? Probably not.
I think they're a fringe playoff team.
Fringe, yeah.
I don't think they're like dog shit, but I don't think they're like a legit playoff team. I think they're like fringe. They are about where they should be. Slightly under 500, around 500. Just looking out on the outside, looking in for the playoffs.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, then you look at some of these other teams like the Colts, Rams, Saints, Packers. I think they're a lost cause. The only other one out of the NFC that I think could make a run at making that last spot interesting is the Cardinals.
I think so. Let me look at the Cardinals schedule. Ugh, dude. The Rams in LA.
I think that's a win, though.
It could be, but you know what I mean? These teams, I think, are evenly matched.
Right, yeah.
They still have 2 games against the Niners. They have the Bucks, the Patriots, the Chargers. That's tough. It
is tough. I think they probably split with the Niners.
Mm-hmm. And they're on a 2-game skid right now.
Right.
But, like, if you look at a team like the Bears.
Yeah, look at the Bears.
Even the Bears are tough, too, dude. The Bears got to... Yeah, that side of the playoff bracket might be set, dude, because the Bears have to play at the Jets, the Packers, which you never know with the Packers, the Eagles, the Bills, and the Vikings.
Yeah. Yeah, we could be looking at this is probably going to be the 7 that we run with.
Yeah.
For the playoffs.
Let me look at the Rams real quick. Let me see what they have left.
I don't think.
Okay, the Rams have a little bit easier. If they beat the Cardinals, they're looking a lot better, but they have to play the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And the Packers. That's it. The rest of them are snooze fests.
Who are they?
Seahawks, twice.
I think they might split with the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks are good to win at least one game against
the Raiders at home.
Huh?
The Raiders at home.
Mm.
The Broncos at home.
That could be a trap game.
And the Chargers at home.
I don't know. That's tough.
It's tough, but I think that's the easiest of those teams I mentioned.
Right.
I mean,
that's fair.
Even the Saints, like...
I think this is...
the Saints are brutal as hell, too. Yeah. They still have the Rams, Niners, Bucks, Browns, Eagles. At Pitt, which is always tough.
Yep.
Yeah, bro, a lot of these teams are fucked.
Yep. The AFC, I mean, there's a lot more flexibility as to see, like, who could possibly make it. Outside of the Browns...
I will say, I don't have any faith in the Falcons, but they probably have the easiest schedule left in the league, minus their 2 of their last 3 games. They still have to play the Panthers,
Right.
the Bears, the Commanders, the Steelers at home, the Saints. They're at the Ravens, which is probably an L. But then they're at home against the Cardinals, which will be a toss-up, and then they're at home against the Bucs if the Bucs don't get it together. So like they have probably the easiest schedule.
Yeah. Hey, I don't mean to get off topic here, but how we feel about this Thursday night parlay?
Let's hit it.
Cordell Patterson, DJ Moore touchdowns.
That's a lot. Okay.
I mean, look, both of these teams put up 30 plus when they saw each other last time.
That's true.
PJ Walker over 163. Cordell Patterson, 40 plus rushing yards. Deontay Foreman, over 25 yards rushing.
That's all he's
Moore,
at?
Huh?
25 is his over?
No. This is all.
Oh.
It's over that.
Oh, okay.
DJ Moore, 40 yards receiving.
Yep.
And then under 67.5 total points, and Panthers spread plus 20.
Yeah, I think that's a dub. If the touchdowns hit, I think that's a no-go. I mean,
a no-go.
An easy one. That's an easy dub if the touchdowns hit.
We'll jack it up to minus 69.5 just because, like, these teams have put up points. So,
yeah.
All right. You seeing it live? See it?
Bad beats. Can't have it.
Hammer Dan.
Let's do it.
$5 to win 74. Let's get it.
Shout out FanDuel. All right. That everything you got? I don't feel like
the Browns could possibly make a interesting run depending on if they can stay within contention when Deshaun Watson comes back.
My only thing with them is you've got 2 teams in their own division and then 3 teams in the AFC West.
Yeah.
I mean, in the AFC East. Like, it's tough.
Yeah, that's the only thing. But other than that, I mean, it's probably like Patriots, Bengals, Browns on the outside looking in for the AFC. And then the NFC, it's probably just, I don't know. I guess the Falcons, Commanders, and Cardinals.
Maybe.
I mean, I feel like this is pretty set.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that I wouldn't be surprised if this is the final standings at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm. But when you look at it, you'll have the Eagles on a bye, the Vikings taking on the Niners in Minnesota, Seahawks taking on the Giants in Seattle, and then Tampa Bay and Dallas in Tampa Bay. So, I mean, if you want to like look at those matchups, we can. If not, I'm cool with that either way.
No, because I feel like we talked about that a lot. I mean, off pod, and let's wait till it gets closer to do that.
All right, fair enough. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Damn, 2 hours and 45 minutes, bro. These people must think we don't have a life.
Yeah.
But we don't. So
I know. It's cool though.
It is what it is, you know what I mean? No one loves me, cares for me. Things of that nature. But at least I got my day one.
For sure. Anything else you got?
Nah, bro. I think we hit the nail on the head this week. Talked a little fightings, little NBA. I kind of want to do a full NBA pod at some point. Because we've been disrespecting the league. And there's a lot of good things happening in the league this year.
Yeah.
If we get like the off chance, like if we're in between football episodes and we have time, we'll do one. Or hell, maybe I'll do one on my own. Do like a Hoops Tonight type breakdown. But yeah, dude, I think we did good tonight.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'm more than excited for this Monday Night Football game. I'm gonna be there. If you guys are gonna be there, shoot us a message. Let us know. We can meet up or whatever. Shoot the shit. Hang out and watch some birds. You'll get some updates from me.
Oh yeah, maybe I'll give you the Twitter login shit so you can go nuts on Twitter during the game.
You should, for sure. We'll be getting lit pregame. Xfinity Live gonna be jumping, man.
Yes,
Good
sir.
jumping. Also, I don't mean to plug, shameless plug, but over on my Twitch, Acroback, I did start a Madden Monday series, a Jalen Hurts fantasy draft. We'll be doing that Sunday since Monday I won't be home to do it. I got a race at 7, and then we'll be jumping into that afterwards. So we got like a whole night. So come hang. We'll be chilling.
Yep, I'll drop it on Twitter to make sure everyone's verified.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure.
And notified. Maybe I'll throw something on a TikTok. But yeah, expect a TikTok tomorrow. Make sure you guys follow the TikTok.
Yep.
Because I'll be putting down bangers on there now they know how to fucking use the app.
For sure. At the Day One Pod.
Yeah. First vid, 750 views, 30 some likes. That's tough.
Dub.
We'd love to see that. So yep. Thank you all for listening. You know what I'm saying? Day One Pod, back at it again. Here to stay, never forgotten, never left. So we'll catch y'all.
They wrote us off. We ain't right back.
Yeah, they wrote us off. We ain't right back though.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you everybody who tuned in. Killer Pod, really appreciate y'all. Follow Twitter. Follow our individual Twitters. Follow the TikTok. You know the vibe. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
On you know the whole thing, on a boat, in a car, on a plane, whatever you got to do.
On the moon.
On the moon, bro. In a space shuttle, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
On the sun.
Like screw looking at the Earth from space. Just watch the Day One Pod while you're in your space shuttle. From space, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, with that, it's your boy Kyle. That's my dog Anthony. We'll catch you in the next one.
Much love. Peace.